Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hello everyone, it's me, I know, you're all excited. And welcome to Dota 2, which I didn't actually think I'd be recording this year. But as I was about to start doing a recording for Claire Obscure, I saw that my Dota had an update. And I found out, in very interesting terms, there's a new patch and a new hero. So, introducing Largo in patch 7.40. Dota is an ensemble cast, but keen observers looking through the collection of rogues, wizards, druids, and knights, not to mention two characters named Ranger, may have noticed the absence of that most maligned of hero classes, the Bard. At least up until now. Introducing Dota's newest hero, Largo the Bard. I do like his model just from this alone. So about a week ago, not even a week ago, maybe like 4 or 5 days ago, there was an update that introduced these little guys as little like frogs for an event, and they could do dances and stuff. So yeah, but we knew about the concept of a frog bard for a while. Anyway, unlike bards with your traditional bard powers, singing about current events and chord changes, Largo is the shamanic head of the Bard Monk Order. Oh, cool. He tailors every song to his exact circumstances, raising his allies' spirits, or if necessary, their foot speed as they run toward battle or away. Okay, so one ability is speed, so it's not bad. As Frog, his prehensile tongue has, shall we say, all kinds of tricks. You can read a little about his past, you can explore his future in Dota right now. Today's update also includes gameplay patch 7.40. As is tradition, the patch notes are too long to fit in this blog, so we made a whole site to hold them and show some highlights. Largo is taking over the main menu in Dota for a bit, but the Monster Hunter event is still ongoing, and there's plenty of time left to craft whatever you're working towards. Since it's the holidays, we're putting the Dota 2 X Monster Hunter Expedition Pack on sale and granting everyone who owned it already a special early purchase voucher material bundle. Oh, sweet. Free stuff. On top of that, we're giving everyone who logs in over the holiday a free bundle of crafting materials. Happy hunting! Speaking of holiday festivities, some of the usual shenanigans have made their reappearance, reminding us all the true spirit of the holidays. Pelt your enemies in the face with snowballs. We hope everybody in the Dota community has a safe and happy holiday, and we'll see you next year. So here's the important thing about this. So I tried to click these earlier. I don't know if they're going to work now. Oh, they do! Cool. Okay, they didn't work before, so that's actually quite nice. So while that is on screen, I'm going to open Dota. Alright, so we were a humble people, born in the marsh delta of Murkroot Forest, where the Marunga River stretches its 1,000 green arms to the sea. The tides fed us, the rain sang for us. In those days, the great ocean carried only gifts. We never dreamed that one day it would bring... Wait, is this the In the Beginning was the song story? I can't believe you're interrupting already. The beginning is the best place to interrupt. You just started. Ooh, he's got a good point. Alright, good. Let me check Dota quickly. Quiet you. Ooh. This is cool. Oh, I love this guy already. I hope he's a support for Llama. Melee support disabled durable. Alright, strength here. Oh, hello. Alright, I'll look at that in a minute, but I do like this a lot. But let's read the rest of the comic and then we'll look at the new guy. Why don't you tell me how you built your sacred loot? Remember you tricked that guy into swimming out to get that driftwood for you? Are you finished? Alright, fine, start at the beginning. Tell me the story. Thank you. Again, in the beginning was the Talga rune, the thorn that walks. Through the delta's 1,000 channels it crawled. This makes me think of Timbersaw. Red were its tendrils, bottomless was its hunger. Where it clung, the green withered, and onward it crept until there was no place left to stand. Out beyond Marunga's reach we fled, homeless, scattered, carried by the tide that betrayed us. Cough. Would you stop fidgeting? What? I said stop fidgeting. I can't concentrate on the story. Maybe you should just rest. I know the story. Oh, I thought he was telling it. In fact, maybe I should be the one telling the story. You're the one in bed. Cough. The story must be told, Largo. This is the way of the Bard monks. You know this. Sorry, I'm just nervous. I've never sat vigil before someone who's very sick. Cough. I'm dying, Largo, you can say it, and I need to tell you the story of the song. Where was I? The Talgaroon chased us from our home, and we were all starving to death out on the ocean. Right. We were marsh-born, not made for the sea. The waves went on forever and gave us nothing. It was then, as we lay dying, that one among us started to sing. No one knows his name, but he was the first bard monk. He did not sing to save us, only to keep us from dying afraid. But the sea heard him. What should have been our death song became our salvation. Why am I teary? God's sakes. The island had heard us. Velumar, the island that comes, had answered the song. On Velumar's back, we had found our true home. Velumar gave us prosperity, and we gave Velumar the song. I know all this. I've heard this 1,000 times. And very soon it will be your job to tell it 1,000 times. Probably to an ungrateful fool on your deathbed. Alright, sorry. I'm sorry. Finish the story. Thank you. Cough. I will. But over time, on Velumar's back, our true home began to crumble. Velumar was dying. It no longer gave us prosperity. And when we sang Velumar the song, it made no difference. Velumar stopped listening. The island's dying. We're sinking with it. The end. Thank you, Moro. Very depressing. Let me get you some warm goat's milk. Largo, I'm not done. Sit down. I need to tell you something you haven't heard. Later. You stink! Play the song! Thanks for your feedback. Maybe a C7? What key is this in? Hey, Largo! Oh, hey, guys. What you doing? Just trying out the new material. Yeah? What's the reaction so far? You suck! Oh, pretty good, pretty good. You want to hear it? Yeah, sure. So what do you guys think? Well, it's different. Yeah, it's different. Well, thanks, I think. How come you're not just playing the song, Largo? Yeah, it's great. Everybody loves the song. Guys, I know, but Moro told me something. I thought Moro died. Yeah, how are you talking to Moro before he died? He thought the reason Velumar stopped listening to us is he wants to hear new songs. But I've been trying new stuff all week, and I don't know. The island doesn't seem to be listening. They probably just can't hear you. You should go down to the Sacred Caverns and play. Yeah, it'll definitely hear you down there. The Sacred Caverns? Guys, they're sacred. Nobody's allowed to go down there. Head monk's orders. But now that Moro's gone, aren't you the head monk? Good point. Wow. I've never been down here before. Me either. Ew. Pustule. Alright, here goes nothing. Should I play the song? Or one of my... Play the song. Your new songs are great. It's just, we don't want to kill it. Yeah, alright, alright. I'm dying. I hate the song. It didn't do anything. No. Is it sleeping? Is it sick? I don't think so. What's wrong with it? I don't think you guys are old enough. I'm gonna be 46 this year, Largo. Yeah, I'm 45 and a half. Alright, fine, fine, fine. I don't think Velumar is sick. I think it might be dead. God is dead! We're all gonna die! Oh, you fixed it. Later. Ever since that day, the Sacred Cavern has been open to all. Anyone may come here with whatever song is in their heart, and let it be heard. Because now we understand what we never did before. We were starving the island. We never wanted the song. We wanted our music. But then why did our head monk and his disciples leave? Yeah, Velumar always loved his songs best. It did. That's why he left. Music isn't about the notes you play. It's about the inspiration. Our head monk has gone out into the world so he can bring the world back to us. Alright, I like that. Now let me go back, which is a little piddly and complicated. There we go. I am actually happy that it played out. New hero, winter treasure, and gameplay update 7.40. So let's look at the page. Oh, man. Forgot that. Look at them, they're vibing. Alright. Melee durable disable support. The exiled recruits of Velumar discovered a living island so ancient it speaks only in song. Raised among the shamanic bards who learned to commune with it, Largo now roams the realms with a troop of frogling disciples looking for inspiration for new melodies to bring back home. On the battlefield, Largo amplifies his allies, inspiring efficient spellcasting and projecting greater harm upon his foes. He's quick to catch friends and enemies alike, controlling the flow of a skirmish with his sticky tongue, and his froglings are always eager to stomp around underfoot. When a battle really gets hopping, Largo's happy to step into the spotlight and play the hits, strumming his set list of Merkroot classics that grant his team powerful blessings that slide the tone and tempo of a fight firmly into their favor. What does it mean, play trailer? Okay, it's just the thing that I saw. And it's not going to load. It's fine. And we already read that. Okay, so... Oh, we got wallpapers. Perfect. I'll probably use that one. There's his visual. There's a collector's cache. We're going a bit too far. Okay, let's go into the game, because we got this, and I don't know what this is going on. Okay, so, innate. Encore. Buffs that Largo applies to himself or his team have extended duration. Ooh. That's really interesting. 10 plus 1% per level up. So, theoretically, starts at 11 and ends up as 40. Catchy lick. Largo licks the targeted unit with his tongue, pulling it back a short distance, applying the basic dispel and dealing damage if it's an enemy. Dispelling an effect from a target grants Largo temporary health regen. Basic dispel, damage 85 to 340, pull distance 210 to 300, ally pull distance 375, bonus health regen 4 to 10, health regen duration 10, 13 to 7 second cooldown, 80 to 95 mana cost, 700 range. Okay. Frog Stomp. Largo tosses froglings to an area. They stomp the ground every second, dealing damage and mini-stuns. And enemies in the area have reduced movement speed. Damage per stomp 35 to 65. Number of stomps 4 to 7. Slow 12 to 30%. Radius 350. Okay, it's just buffs. I was checking for debuffs because I saw the radius thing and I went, oh, Gleipnir is going to be really good on this hero. Alright, 20 to 14 second cooldown, 85 to 115 mana cost, 800 range. Croak of Genius. Largo strums attuned to a friendly hero. The hero's items and abilities have reduced mana cost, and a percentage of their damage reverberates over the following 5 seconds. When an affected hero spends mana, the remaining buff duration is reduced by 0.5 seconds. What? I need to see how this works, because I don't fully get it. Damage reverb 30 to 45%, mana cost reduction 15%, buff duration 12 to 30 seconds. Oh, that's actually really... I was upset about the duration getting nerfed, but it's fine. 25 second cooldown, 25 to 55 mana cost, 800 cast range. Amphibian Rhapsody. Largo gets ready to groove. He is disarmed and his ability bar switches to 3 song abilities, each with different effects. Songs are only effective if strummed on the beat. Oh my god. Every time he strung successfully, he gains a stack of Grooven. Each stack gives him bonus armor and reduces the mana cost of every song, but he loses a stack if he misses a beat. Oh, you're just playing a rhythm game. Like actually. Stacks linger for a short duration when Largo's song ends. Radius 750, beat interval 1, max stacks 5, armor per stack 2 to 4, song mana cost reduction per stack 1 to 2, stack linger duration 5, and it's a 2-second cooldown. We'll look at those in a second. Actually, no, we'll look at them now. Bullbelly Blitz. Largo plays a song that increases nearby allied heroes' spell amp and grants their attacks additional magic damage. Additional magic damage 20 to 30%, spell amp 8 to 16%. Buff duration 1, 20 to 34, 20 to 44 mana cost. Hot Feet Hustle. Largo plays a song that increases nearby friendly units' move speed and grants a brief slow resist. 16 to 28% move speed, 70 to 90% slow resist, 1 second duration for the movement, and then slow resistance duration 0.3 seconds, 20 to 44 mana cost. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Island Elixir. Largo plays a song that heals nearby friendly heroes, 34 to 78, 20 to 44 mana cost. Then we have Acceptor. Largo could play 2 songs per beat by strumming both at the same time. On beats where he strums 2, Largo deals 50 plus 10 to 20 magic damage per Grooven stack to nearby enemies. Oh, wow. What is defined by nearby? Does that mean the radius? I don't know. Encore. Whenever Largo applies a unit target buff to a friendly hero, he also gets the buff. If Largo targets himself, the buff is also applied to the nearest allied hero within the cast range of the targeted ability. Oh, wow. Llama loves this already. Yes! That's so nice. Alright, I'm just gonna do it in the base, because he's not here. I'm assuming it's quite literally just every second on the second. But I don't know. So I at least want to see that properly. And while that's loading, I'll scroll down a little bit, see the collector's cache. Dig into a crisp new winter cache featuring 16 cents for a host of heroes, including Tiny... I want that so bad. Centaur, War Runner, Silencer, and more. That's an ultra. It's literally the last thing, but that looks so good. Whoa! What is that? Shadow Fiend set. Freaking Primal Beast. Oh, these look great. I love his voice. Oh, that's a great Ringmaster set. I never voted on these, but these look great. And this is just stupid, but this looks amazing. Look at that. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of goddamn Demigod, if anybody even knows what that game is. But anyway. Look at him. Oh, you have an effigy too. Okay, so what's his scaling? He's melee. 3.6 strength of level, 1.3 agility, 21 int. I'm not going to look at items. Musical Pilgrimage. Facet doesn't do anything. Largo just arrived from the island of Villamar. Okay, let me... I do like that this got... Oh, you can swap team! Oh, they updated it really nicely. I love his voice. It's so good. I just want to hear all his lines.
The waves went on forever and gave us nothing. It was then, as we lay hopeless and dying, that one of us started to sing.
I just like to hear the clickies.
Only to keep us from dying afraid. But something in the sea heard him. And what should have been our death song came our salvation. The island heard us. It had answered our song. A massive living creature.
He's got a lot of these, actually.
The island that comes. A new home. For 1,000 years, our people sang the sacred song that kept the island happy. And the island gave us everything.
Oh, what?
It protected us from outsiders.
It's only a 39% at most? That's so stupid.
Shelter and supplies.
He's got a lot of these.
Our worm ponds of nutrients and rain. And we continued to sing. But eventually, the song stopped working.
This is taking a while.
The island stopped listening. And instead, it started to die. Honestly, that could have been the end of it. The end of us. But my teacher, our Demoro, even on his deathbed, well, he was wiser than most. He figured out the island wanted to hear new songs.
Oh, that's so nice.
Just Toad on the road, not the same song over and over again for 1,000 years. And humbly or otherwise, wanna come with? That's where I come in. I had to figure out which new tunes to groove. And, more importantly, I helped figure out that the island wanted all of our people to sing along. The music comes from all of us. The bard monks were never supposed to do it all alone. Now the old story is true. The island is happy, and all of our people thrive. You want to hear the best part? I get to hit the road to find new inspiration. Then I just hop back home and share with everyone there.
He's got so many, goddamn.
They're happy, and the island's happy. That's all that matters to me. When I was younger, I thought our moral stories were boring. But now I like to tell his stories. Except I play them my way. Because he's the one that taught me. We can honor the songs of our elders.
I actually want to, like, fast forward, but to, like, the patch, but I...
Stories can lose their meaning. Knowledge that once was sacred will all be forgotten in time.
Oh, damn.
And if we let our song and worship grow stale, even the God that we pray to will eventually wither and die. In the end, the music of life is a tradition that only comes from the heart. Sure, sometimes I do miss the island. But we get to see so many new things. And after we see enough, we always make a bit of time to go back. Gotta share our new tunes with everyone, especially with the island. The two of us have got a real connection. Life on the road's pretty good. The hardest part is keeping tabs on the little ones. They're always hopping off. For trouble, stick on their trail. Somehow they always know how to find a good time. When it's time to go home, we gotta sing for it, bro. The island is never in the same place. It's a sensational place to visit.
Okay, I actually want to progress. I'm sorry.
Let's play a walking thing.
Oh, what's this? Is this Roche? Oh, cool. Okay, I'm spoiling myself.
Every step is a note in the song of your life.
Okay, so that... So I know the radius of it.
Tongue trip. All good. I can strum as we stroll. Tongue tripper.
Okay, it doesn't, like, hard stop, which is fine.
Cherry.
It's just like a short range, like, pseudo punch hook.
I'll hop to it. That's crazy, bro. Just a wag of the tongue.
Wait, what?
Firing you for sick. Wanna hear a deep attack?
Oh, dispelling an effect from the target. Oh. Oh, that kind of sucks. Also, you will... Okay.
No worries. Let's give him a beat down, boys.
Oh, that's cool, actually.
Moving.
Let me max him, or... It shows multiples, so I just... But no, that's actually a really cool ability. I like this a lot. The fact that you can up the radius too is really nice, and then we have Croak of Genius. Oh! Oh, enable metronome track. When playing, a metronome track indicating the beats will be audible. Show beat indicator above hero, above ability bar. Okay, that's cool. Okay. So what is this? Damage reverberates. Percentage of spell damage dealt. Oh! Okay. Interesting. Here's items and a percentage of their damage. Okay, I wish it would dictate their spell damage. Honestly. Oh, wow.
It goes a little. Let's make some noise. And we'll have a top something. Well, you got just
Oh, you can have it, like, on both. That's so cool, actually. Okay. It is quite literally... just every second. Alright. That's actually really cool. Yeah, Sipta. Alright. That's the only thing I'm grabbing, because Encore is extremely self-explanatory. Oh. I love this stuff for the UI. It's so good, actually. It's basically a Radiance. I see him getting core because of this, though. I really do, even though he's very much built as an effing support because of this. But, alright, so talents. Catch times 2.5 catchy lick health regen. Or plus 15 frog stomp damage. Probably frog stomp just to farm faster. But that's still a lot. That brings it to like 25 health regen for 10 seconds. That's a lot. Plus 100 catchy lick cast range, plus 50 pull distance. Or 1.5% Croak of Genius max health DPS. What? Oh, wow. That's pretty strong, actually. Okay, 50%... Okay, 20. 50% Grooven Armor Aura. Okay, there should probably be a plus in there. Wait. What?
You want to hear a lick?
Okay, so it's... Alright, So it gives half of the armor bonus to allies, where you can do plus 140 catchy lick damage. So 4 times 10 armor to ally. Is it? It's not bad, honestly. And then plus 35% Amphibian Rhapsody song effects, which is actually a nice buff. Or 2 catchy lick charges. Its talents are really good, honestly. I like them a lot. Alright. Let me look at this. Oh, that's so cool. I need to stop looking at that. Oh, you can even refresh just spells or health. Oh, that's so nice. I love his kit, though. It's so cool. This is going to be a fun hero. Alright. Let's actually just see what is going to be here. Yeah. Free holiday materials. Oh, sick! Oh, wow. Cool. Oh, it's just an extra copy of everything. Your killing instincts put you on the trail pack and you're these bonus rare crafting materials and vouchers for being an early purchaser. Oh, sick. Oh, sick. Oh, I can finish stuff. I can make the Poogie. That's so nice. I love that. Alright. Let's just, get these out of here. Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's a big spoiler. Just write that. Just that right there. Alright, let's go back to the page. Scroll down. Oh, heroes got reworked. Okay, check out a few highlight changes to heroes' neutral items and even the map, then dig deeper to explore all the rest of the patch notes below in the fold. Lone Druid, Scylla and his bear have both learned some new tricks. Scylla can root enemies with a new Entangle ability, and his all-new Spirit Bear has its own all-new talent. Oh my god. Slark, the only escape from the Dark Reef prison, is more slippery than ever. Escapee. With Essence Shift as an innate and a new Saltwater Shiv ability, letting him steal enemy health regeneration and movement speed. Okay. Even trees run out of patience eventually. With a more menacing Leech Seed rework and an overpowering Overgrowth upgrade, Roof Drellin is angry and looking to get up close and personal with those enemies threatening his forests. Featured neutral items. We scoured every shop, shelf, and jungle camp to find some all-new neutral items and some old favorites to throw into the mix. Weighted Dice. Passive loaded. When calculating your base damage or creep bounty from last hits, the value is computed 2 times and the highest value is taken. Oh, what? Isn't that really good? That's amazing. Idol of Skriok. Tier 4 neutral, active false flight. 30-second cooldown, gain 50% slow resistance, phase movement, and 25% evasion for 5 seconds. Okay. Rift Shadow Prism, Tier 5 neutral, active refract. Spend 10% of your current health to create a full health illusion that lasts for 20 seconds. The illusion has 50% outgoing damage and takes 240% of incoming damage. That's really good. Depending on what your hero is. Okay. Featured neutral item removals. Before you get too carried away with your cheaty dice and fancy prisms, let's take a moment to recognize really the unfortunate neutrals that didn't make the cut. Helm of the Undying. Good. Sister Shroud. Understandable. Pyrrhic Cloak. I kind of get that. But no, this was broken. This was considered really toxic early. And I never really used this, but I kind of get why it got removed. Train changes. As we were considering some adjustments to various map locations... I'm telling Llama some stuff as well. As we were considering some adjustments to various map locations for pathing and gameplay purposes, we thought it'd also be a good time to refine a ton of visual aspects across the entire map. You can use the handy slider below that helps highlight some of the changes. Just head into the game to explore all the rest. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's low ground now. That's more terrifying. So here's the old. Here's the new. Defender's Gate Radiant. Here's the old. Here's the new. Oh. Oh, they added a gate to the bottom. Or did they move it? I don't know. But that's a pretty big change. Pretty massive change. You got some, like, invis lines here as well. Or fog lines, I should say. Bridge Radiant. Here's the old and new. Ooh, wow. They moved the statue. He's like, I don't want to look at you guys. Hey guys, how you doing? Hello. Okay, sorry. This is a big one. God damn. It's not even a ward spot here now, too. This is very interesting. Wisdom Shrine Dire. Once again, low ground. It makes sense, because you want it to be threatening. And it's like, the higher ground was way too good. I get why they changed it. But it's also more water area, which is a Slardar buff. Defender's Gate Dire. Pretty self-explanatory. I also like that they moved, like, the actual river entrances as well. Oh, this looks trippy, actually. Just a little bit. But yeah. More wet. And then Bridge Dire. I do like that it's a crappy, rickety bridge, too. On both sides. Actually, no, that one's clean. This one, not so much. But I do like that it's a thing. That tree is just been updated model. Look at it. High definition. Shiny tree. Alright. Patch notes. General updates. Captain's mode. Changed order of the first and third band phases. First band phase. First team equals team with the first pick. Second equals team with the second pick. Old. First, second, second, first, second, second, first. New. First, first, second, second, first, second, second. Third band phase. Old. First, second, second, first. New. First, second, first, second. I kind of get this. Like, in regards to bannings. Alright, I go. Hey. Talents no longer require a skill point to level. Now talents are learned by using their own talent points available at levels 10, 15, 20, 25, 27, 28, 29, and 30. That is huge. That is a massive spike for everybody. This results in all +2 attribute bonuses skilled by level 22. All facets that used to have 6 all attribute bonuses now have 7 bonuses again. And it lists all of them. Tier 4 towers now have a barracks reinforcement buff. Each allied barracks that has not been destroyed provides +4 armor to both Tier 4 towers. Bonus for each individual building, totaling in +24 armor for 6 barracks. That makes sense. Oh, Jesus. I'm throwing popcorn everywhere. I get this because it's like, oh, I just killed their Tier 3, let's just end the game. Now it's, you know, gonna be a lot harder to do. Assist gold formula reworked. Old 60 plus victim net worth times 0.037 divided by number of heroes. New 15 plus 50 plus victim net worth times 0.037 divided by number of heroes. Okay. Oh, wow. Melee creep gold bounty now increases by 1 per lane creep upgrade interval every 730. Flag bearer, same thing. Flag bearer creep AoE bounty radius increased from 1200 to 1500. That's so nice. Flag bearer creep, when killed by a player controlled unit, the flag bearer creep always grants bonus bounty to the killer's hero regardless of the hero's proximity to the flag bearer creep. Was that another thing? Flag bearer creep bonus gold from killing flag bearers is now classified as creep gold instead of ability gold. No gameplay effect, but makes a post-game gold breakdown more accurate. Oh. Okay. Inspiration aura no longer affects hero. Oh. That's a huge. Flag bearer creep inspiration aura now also provides a magic resistance bonus to affected creep starting with 0% and improving by 4% with every lane creep upgrade interval up to a max of 15 upgrades. Okay. That is... Huh. That's a lot. Courier respawn time decreased from 60 plus 6 seconds per hero level to 45 plus 5 seconds per hero level. Courier no longer has a 15% movement speed penalty while carrying a Clarity, Enchanted Mango, Fairy Fire, Healing Salve, or Tango. Flying Courier will now go to a more obscure shopping area within range of the Secret Shop when using Go to Secret Shop. All illusions now have 800 day and 400 nighttime visions. That's a massive nerf. Christ. Did illusions get better? Oh, wow. Hang on. Oh, popcorn, popcorn. For like 5 seconds. Roshan is no longer considered a hero for lifesteal mechanics. As a result, physical lifesteal from damage to Roshan is reduced by 40%. Sorry. And spell lifesteal from damage to Roshan is reduced by 80%. This is huge change. It means, like, Ursa's weaker. It means, like, Wraith King's weaker. I mean, all the heroes are weaker, but this is still pretty big, especially to those two. Roar of Retribution, disarm debuff no longer dispellable. Slam no longer has double duration against creeps and deals double damage to creeps. Okay, Tormentor added a Tormentor timer near the minimap. Function similar to the Roshan timer, can be pinged to communicate the current state of Tormentor. Ping Tormentor's location in world will trigger the same ping as the timer, same behavior the Roshan timer has. Minimap now only has one Tormentor icon and reflects where Tormentor is or will spawn. The Shining now only starts dealing damage to the surrounding enemies when attacked or damaged. Good, because that was so stupid. Runes. Bounty Rune now grants gold based on when it was created, not when it was activated. That's fair. Haste Rune duration no longer increases by 3 seconds per rune cycle and is always 22 seconds now. Okay, Invis Rune no longer grants incoming damage reduction. Alright. I get these. I really do. Train changes. Extended the streams into both Radiant and Dire bases and added Defender's Gates to the outside of the respective safe lanes where the stream flows. Removed some trees inside the base near the new safe lane Defender's Gate positions. Hard camp nearest the 2-3 towers where the streams used to start has been demoted to a medium camp. Moved the safe lane medium amphibian neutral camp closest to the tier 2 tower up the stream slightly closer to the respective bases. Lowered the Wisdom Shrine areas to low ground compared to the respective off lanes, filled them with water and connected to the water areas by tier 1 towers. Moved Wisdom Shrines and Watchers to the low ground and slightly closer to the tier 1 towers. These Watchers now have vision over the shrines at night. Hard camps nearest to Wisdom Shrines have been moved slightly back towards the bases. Changed the bridges to actual bridges. Fair. Slightly expanded the entrance to the bridge by the Lotus Pools and adjusted the area within the nearby water areas. The hard camp in the triangle has been demoted to a medium camp. Okay. So we kind of improved the Wisdom Shrine somewhat, but also you are going to grind slower. So you better win your goddamn lane. Twin Gate mana cost decreased from 75 to 30. Twin Gates now refund the mana cost if the teleporting channel was interrupted. Cleared up some areas around the Tormentor location. I do actually really like this change a lot. This is also quite nice. Cleared up some areas around the Tormentor locations. Watchers nearest to the mid lane and near the small water camp south-north of the Tier 0 tower have been removed. Watchers in the primary jungles have been repositioned from stairs near the small camp to the cliff above the bounties. Added additional blocks preventing flying movement around the edges of the map. Example, the high ground areas behind the Tormentors will no longer be accessible by Bat Rider during Firefly. Watcher night vision range decreased from 800 to 450. Watcher catcher time decreased from 1.5 to 1 second. Defender's Gate vision radius increased from 525 to 700. Defender's Gate will now show their vision radius when holding Alt, similar to the wards, Watchers, etc. Remove the tree between Dire Safe Lane Tier 1 tower and the small pull camp. Ooh. Very slightly adjusted the paths and the spawn points of the Radiant offlane lane creeps in the position of the Radiant offlane Tier 2 tower. This results in creeps pathing to the right of the Tier 2 tower instead of sometimes splitting up to go around it. Radiant Secret Shop trigger area moves slightly towards the Radiant Tier 1 tower and more centered around the shopkeeper. Vulnerability targeting. And vulnerability targeting rules of certain items and abilities have been updated. That is a lot of words. Most items and abilities that previously could target and or affect invulnerable units no longer do so. Following items have been changed. Items. Nullifiers nullify can no longer target invulnerable units. Ooh. Neutral Creep, Satyrs, Banisher, Purge can no longer target invulnerable units. Heroes. Darkseer's Vacuum no longer affects. Nigrin, Sirens, and Snare can no longer target invulnerable units unless the invulnerability is provided by Song of the Siren. Ogre Magi's Bloodlust can no longer target invulnerable units. Can still target invulnerable buildings, i.e. Tier 2 to 4 towers when the previous ones are not destroyed. Oracle's Fortune's End can no longer target invulnerable units, but does affect invulnerable units in the radius. Shadow Demon's Demonic Purge can no longer target invulnerable. Shadow Demon's Demonic Cleanse can no longer target invulnerable. Sniper's Assassinate can no longer target invulnerable. Sven's Stormhammer with Og Scepter can no longer target invulnerable units, but does affect invulnerable units in the radius. Venge's Nether Swap can no longer target invulnerable. Since Cyclone effects also make the unit invulnerable, all changes mentioned apply to them as well. Result, there are these types of special cases. Nullifiers nullify will dispel Cyclone off the target immediately if Cyclone was cast on a unit already affected by the Nullify debuff. Okay. So, it improved Yule's against Nullify as long as you do it before. Oracle's Fortune End cannot target Cyclone units, but will dispel Cyclone off the units in AoE around the target. Stormhammer cannot target, but will dispel Cyclone around. All three of these will also dispel Cyclone if the spell projectile was launched or started channeling before the target got cycloned. What do you mean, spell projectile? What do you mean? Satyr Mindstealer for neutral creep updates. Mana burn target's intelligence multiplier decreased from 2 to 4 to 1 to 2.5. Satyr Banisher Purge can no longer target invulnerable. Item updates. Clarity. Initial and max stock increased from 4 to 5. Cost increased from 50 to... Ow. Healing Salve. Initial and max stock increased from 4 to 5. No longer has half duration when cast on an ally. Now heals for half the amount per second when cast on an ally. Ow. Iron Branch, cost increased from 50 to 55. What? What do you mean? Ew. Oh, I hate that. Observer wards cannot be planted within 300 units of another observer ward from the same team that has been planted within the last second. Plant no longer increased by cast range increases. I never knew that part. And that's the same. Okay, so this helps prevent, like, accidental double wards and stuff, so that's not bad. Smoke of Deceit can be used directly from the backpack. Has no cooldown when entering the main inventory from the backpack. Wow, that is a massive buff. Jesus Christ. There we go. Initial and max stock increased from 8 to 10. Shared Tango now heals for half the amount per second. Effing win your lanes and get good. And also harassment is really important. Roche's banner now upgrades with each subsequent drop. Effect radius rescaled from 650 to 600 to 1200. Hits to kill increased from 6 to 10. Wow. That is a massive radius change. When it's the last one. Ghost Scepter. Ghost form from magic damage vulnerability decreased from 40 to 30%. Ring of Tarask, cost decreased from 1800 to 1700. Shadow Amulet, cost decreased from 1000 to 900. Tiara of Celamine, cost decreased from 1800 to 1700. Are these full changes? Including to the upgrades? I don't know. Voodoo Mask, cost decreased from 700 to 650. Bloodstone. Total cost decreased from 4400 to 4350 due to Bloodstone Mask cost decrease. Oh. Spell Lifesteal bonus increased from 20 to 25%. Blood Pack Spell Lifesteal multiplier decreased from 4 to 3. Okay, so the base is better, but it's, like, slightly weaker when you activate it. But that's fine. It goes from, like, 80 to 75%. Boots of Bearing, recipe change. Now also requires Ring of Tarask. No longer requires a 1700 gold recipe. Total cost unchanged at 4225. Health regen bonus increased from 15 to 18. Okay. Sort of better. Sort of. Crimson Guard. Guard buff is no longer dispellable. Oh, wow. That's really huge. Dagon. Total cost decreased from 2850 to 2800 due to Voodoo Mask cost decreases. Total cost for all levels decreased from 2850 to 7450 to 2800 to 7400. Diffuser Blade. Mana Break no longer applied by illusions. What is happening to illusion heroes? Hello? Disperser. Suppress now applies basic dispel to any target. And then the mana break no longer applied by illusions. What do you do for illusion heroes now? How do you play PL? How do you play Phantom Lancer? S-Blade. Recipe change. Now requires Ultimate Orb instead of Aether Lens. Oh god. Recipe cost decreased from 1600 to 900. Total cost decreased from 5375 to 5200. No longer provides 300 mana plus 3 mana regen or plus 250 cast range. All attribute bonus increased from 8 to 24. Ether Blast magic damage vulnerability decreased from 40 to 30%. Ether Blast attributes as damage changed from 1.5 times the target's primary attribute to 1 times the sum of the caster's attributes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Glimmer Cape recipe cost increased from 350 to 450. Total cost unchanged at 2150 due to Shadow Amulet cost decrease. Guardian Greaves recipe changed. Oh god. Oh, I hate this. No longer requires a buckler. Recipe cost decreased from 1450 to 1125. Total cost decreased from 5050 to 4300. Oh, the buckler is just gone. Okay. Armor bonus increased from 4 to 5. Guardian Aura no longer provides armor. Guardian Aura no longer provides additional bonuses when below 25% health to anyone but the wearer. Guardian Aura no longer provides increased aura. Okay. Still provides bonus regeneration to the wearer. What the F do you mean? Oh god. Hand of Midas. Transmute no longer has an XP multiplier. Transmute charge restore time decreased from 110 to 90 seconds. That's pretty big. That's actually I liked this item. Okay, I really did. But It's like... It's basically like, oh, you want to make mech free. And that's it. That's all the point of this now is. Ugh. The Guardian Aura was, like, there from the beginning, too. It wasn't, like, added in afterwards. God damn. This is also a massive change. Like, half the point of Midas was to get the XP multiplier. In Turbo, it's basically, like, massive gold boost. So it's more efficient. But this is also a big change as well. I'm curious how the meta is going to get affected by this. Heart of Tarrasque. Heart of Tarrasque, total cost decreased from 50 to 5100 due to Reign of Tarrasque cost decrease. Max health regen bonus decreased from 1.4 to 1%. Behemoth's Blood, new passive ability. Whereas health regen is decreased by 1.5% of missing health. Multiple instances of Behemoth's Blood don't stack. Okay. So it's stronger the weaker you are. That's actually not terrible on Huskar then. In theory. Heaven's Halberd. Disarm is now only dispellable by strong dispels. Still does not pierce debuff immunity. Disarm no longer has separate disarm durations for melee and range. Duration is always 3 seconds. Disarm cooldown increased from 18 to 20 seconds. Helm of the Dominator. Dominate gold and XP bounty when dominating a creep decreased from 100 to 50%. Ouch. Holy Locket recipe changed. Now requires crown instead of diadem. Recipe cost increased from 800 to 1340. Total cost unchanged at 2250 due to Iron Branch cost increase. I still hate that. All attribute bonus decreased from 9 to 7. Energy charge. Gain time. Automatic charge gain time increased from 8 to 10 seconds. Max charges increased from 20 to 25. Cast range increased from 500 to 600. Mana restore per charge decreased from 17 to 15. So you lost... 40. Technically, if you take the old value, but then there's another 15 on top of that, which is... So it's like 35 higher. Energy charge active now also increases the target's incoming healing amp by 10% for 4 seconds. This occurs before the energy charge... Wow. Yeah, I'd say this got buffed. Honestly. Even with this nerf and this nerf, it's like... It's a farther cast range... You get more charges, and then there's that. So it's even... So the heal is 10% higher. Recipe changed for Conda. Now requires Soul Booster instead of Tiara of Celamine. No longer requires a 1200 gold recipe, total cost unchanged to 5600. Now also provides 7 health regen. Mana regen bonus decreased from 8 to 3. Health bonus increased from 200 to 450. Mana bonus increased from 200 to 450. Magic Wand. Total cost increased from 450 to 460 due to Iron Branch cost increase. I hate that change so much. I know Sing Sing hates it too, because he would do like Magic Wand and like 3 Iron Branches, and now you cannot do that. Mechanism, armor bonus increased from 4 to 5. Meteor Hammer, stun duration increased from 0.5 to 0.75 seconds. That's not bad. Nullifier can no longer target invulnerable units. Octarine Core can no longer be disassembled. Now requires a 200 gold recipe. Total cost increased from 4800 to 4900 due to Tiara of Celamine cost decreases. Pavice. Armor bonus increased from 2 to 3. That's nice. Perseverance can now be disassembled. Pipe of Insight. Recipe cost increased from 700 to 800. Total cost unchanged. Phylactery. Recipe changed. Now requires Perseverance instead of Point Booster. Recipe cost increased from 300 to 200. Total cost increased from 2500 to 2600. No longer provides health and mana. Now also provides health and mana regen. Okay. Radiance. Evasion bonus increased from 15 to 25%. Burn no longer causes enemies to miss 15% of their attacks. No longer does extra damage to illusions. Okay. That got severely changed. It's more just for the burn now. Okay. Refresh your aura recipe change. No longer requires cornucopia. Recipe cost increased from 200 to 1600. Total cost unchanged to 5000 due to Ring of Trask and Tiara of Celamine cost decreases. No longer provides plus 10 damage. Health regen bonus decreased from 18 to 12. Mana regen bonus decreased from 8 to 6. Revenant's Brooch. Recipe cost increased from 600 to 650. Total cost unchanged due to Voodoo Mask cost decreases. Scythe of Vice. Recipe cost increased from 600 to 700. Total cost unchanged due to Tiara of Celamine changes. Shadow Blade. Total cost decreased from 3350 to 3250 due to Shadow Amulet cost decrease. Shiva's Guard, Arctic Blast no longer does extra damage to illusions. Okay, so illusions have been changed. Illusion heroes are being somewhat changed. Because now they have no vision. You can't, like, scout with the damn things. So I really need to see PL's changes, because that's, like, the hero that gets the Fusel Blade. So what happened to him? Silver Edge, cost decreased due to Shadow Amulet cost changes. Shadow Walk debuff now caps the target's movement speed to 200. This debuff is not dispellable and does not pierce debuff immune. That's amazing. That's really, really good. Urn of Shadows. Oh, good lord, there's a lot of words here. Bonus mana regen decreased from 1.4 to 1.25. Soul Release charge gain radius increased from 1400 to 1500. Soul Release charges can now be granted by all copies of Urn of Shadows item. Oh. I know what the meta is now. This charge is exclusive to Urn of Shadows and doesn't affect Spirit Vessel. That's fine. Soul Release charges can now be gained by both Urn of Shadows and Spirit Vessel from the same hero death. Example to show the result of these two changes. Two ally heroes, both of them have both Urn of Shadows and Spirit Vessel. Enemy hero dies within 1500 range from both. Both Urn of Shadows will grant a charge. Spirit Vessel also gain a charge as well, but only for the ally that was closer to the dying enemy. This is the meta, like, item now. Even if it doesn't stack. Like... How much is Urn again? Urn. 825 for either a 30 health a second heal or a 25 a second damage for 8 seconds. And that's not even talking Spirit Vessel changes. I already see it being the meta. But maybe I'm bad. I don't know. Spirit Vessel, Soul Release, charge gain radius increased from 14 to 1500, and yeah. Same as this. Veil of Discord, recipe changed. Oh yeah. Veil of Discord recipe change. Now requires Ring of Health, Chainmail, Circlet, and a 320 gold recipe. Total cost unchanged at 1725. Used to require Helm of Iron Will, Crown, and a 300 gold recipe. Health regen bonus increased from 4 to 4.5. Wind Waker Cyclone cooldown increased from 16 to 19 seconds. Wraithband attack speed bonus increased from 5 to 6. Good lord. But yeah, no, this is going to be meta. This is meta. Silver Edge is meta. Urn of Shadows, like, multiple copies is meta. This is going to be meta. This is going to be meta. Meta, I think. I feel like this is just gone. I don't know. This is meta too, actually. No longer dispellable. Alright. Oh, cool. Okay, artifact changes. Ripper Slash, cycled out. Sister Shroud, cycled out. Spark of Courage, cycled out. Alright. Ash Legion Shield. Shield Wall active. Decreases wearer's movement speed by 12. 12? What? 12. Okay. 12. To give all their player-controlled units within 800 radius a 140 physical damage barrier, duration 6 seconds, no mana cost, cooldown 40 seconds, doesn't affect ward units. Why 12? You know, no, I need to test that. Largo!
Who feels like dancing?
I do! I have to just buy it? I don't believe it. We're gonna look at it right now. Wow, it's a wallpaper. 12! That's so stupid. It's just a flat 12. Just make it 10 or 15. Jesus. Duelist Gloves. Returning as a tier 1 neutral. Passive Boldness. Provides 20 attack speed if there are any enemy heroes within 1200 units. Weighted Dice. We already read this, so... Brigand's Blade item cycled out. Boo. What will my carries build now? Defiant Shell returning as a tier 2 neutral. Passive. Reciprocity. When attacked, the hero counterattacks a target within their attack range for 80% of their normal attack damage. Cooldown 5 seconds. Can't proc attack modifiers. Dormant Curio increases counterattack damage from 80% to 104%. Okay. Syrian Signet, burn through total damage increased from 72 to 90. Dormant Curio total damage increased from 93.6 to 117. Burn through now does 50% less damage to non-hero targets. Boo. Gale Guard item cycled out. Aw. GD Pollen Bag. Pollinate duration decreased from 12 to 9 seconds. Pollinate max health damage decreased from 12 to 9%. Dormant Curio max health damage decreased from 15.6 to 11.7%. Pollinate cooldown decreased from 45 to 25 seconds. That's a nice buff. Psychic Headband. Psychic Push can now target allies, still can't target the wearer themselves. So a weird Force Staff. Okay. Unrelenting Eye. Move from tier 5 to tier 3. Good. Because it was just... Relentless no longer provides status resistances for nearby enemies. Oh, what? It did that? I don't think it did. Relentless max slow resistance decreased from 100% to 50%. Dormant Curio max slow resistance decreased from 130% to 65%. Relentless slow resistance loss per enemy hero in range decreased from 20% to 10%. Relentless search radius changed from 600 to the hero's attack range. That is a massive buff. Holy Christ. I.e., it's usable on melee heroes now who actually get affected by that. Good. Magnifying Monocle item cycled out. Outward Staff item cycled out. Good. That was another, like, cancerous item, at least in meta. Pyrrhic Cloak item cycled out. Flare's Boda. New tier 4 artifact. Active Bloodthirst. Increases wearer's base damage by 15% and attack speed by 30 for 6 seconds. No mana cost. Cooldown 65 seconds. Passive Blood Rush. The cooldown of Bloodthirst is reset whenever an enemy hero dies within 1200 units. Dormant Curio increases bonus base damage from 15 to 19.5% and attack speed from 30 to 39. That's not bad. Just for the base damage buff. Depending on like who you're playing. This is a pretty nice-ish tiny item. Maybe. Giant Small, Crushing Blow, critical damage decreased from 150 to 140%. Dormant Curio, critical damage decreased from 195 to 182%. We read this already. Oh, Dormant Curio increases duration from 5 to 6.5 seconds. Had to read that. Metamorphic Mandible, tier 4 neutral. Active Pupate. Ew. Wearer enters an insect form for 4 seconds, increasing magic resistance by 35% and movement speed by 15%, but decreasing size by 20% and armor by 45%. No mana cost, 30-second cooldown, can be dispelled, can't be cast while channeling. Dormant Curio increases duration from 4 to 5.2 seconds. Huh. So, good when you're fighting casters. Rattle Cage, returning as a tier 4 neutral. Yay! I like this thing. Reverberate. After taking 180 damage from any source, the wearer fires up to 2 projectiles at random nearby enemies within a 600 unit radius, prioritizing heroes to deal 110 damage and slow the target's movement and attack speed by 100% for 0.2 seconds. Dormant Curio increases damage from 110 to 143. Help of the Undying. Item cycled out. Good. Dozen Bloodright. Move from tier 4 to tier 5. Fair. It's really good. Blood Invocation area of effect bonus increased from 12 to 16%. Okay. Dormant Curio area of effect increased from 15.6 to 20.8%. Okay. I read this. Dormant Curio increases illusion outgoing damage from 50 to 65%. Okay. It only took me an hour and 3 minutes to get to heroes. Huh. Abaddon. Base strength decreased from 22 to 21. Base agility decreased from 23 to 22. Damage at level 1 decreased by 1 from 50 to 60 to 49 to 59. The quickening cooldown reduction on hero death decreased from 6 to 5 seconds. Miscoil cooldown increased from 6.5 to 5 seconds to 8 to 5 seconds. Wow. Damage heal increased from 80 to 290 to 95 to 290. Okay. Alchemist. Acid Spray mana cost increased from 105 to 120 to 1... That's a huge nerf. Jesus. Level 15, damage per Grievous Greed stack increased from 2 to 2.5. You generally max this first anyway, but that's still a bit of a mana nerf for him early. Anti-Mage. Removed counterspell ally ability. Oh. F your allies. They suck. Counterspell, Ogshard no longer provides counterspell ally. Ogshard illusion outgoing damage increased from 75 to 100%. Level 15, Persecutor min-max move slow increased from 7.5 to 15 to 9, 18%. Okay. Arcworn base attack speed increased from 100 to 110. Magnetic field mana cost rescaled from 50 to 110 to 60 to 90. That's not bad. Honestly, he got buffed. Small nerfs. Small nerfs. The cooldown nerf hurts. Like if you're playing Core Abaddon. Because you would, I would guess, use this for last hitting. It's a better, like, harassment tool, sort of. Nerfed, generally. Nerfed in terms of team utility, buffed in terms of being a threat. Buffed. Axe. Berserker's Call duration increased from 1.8 to 3 to 2 to 3 to 2.1 to 3 seconds. Cooldown increased from 17 to 11 to 18 to 12 seconds. Battle Hunger no longer has an armor-based damage multiplier. Damage type changed from physical to pure. No longer has reduced movement slow against creeps. Oh! Yes! It's useful now! Bing. 12 to 30 pure damage a second. That's actually a really good harassment spell. Okay, level 15, plus 10% Battle Hunger Slow replaced with plus 12 Battle Hunger DPS. Level 20, Counter Helix damage increased from 30 to 40. Level 20, plus 100 Culling Blade damage replaced with 15 Strength. And level 25, 2 times Battle Hunger Armor Multiplier replaced with plus 150 Culling Blade damage. Let me see these talents again.
Axe feels punchy.
Let me actually show you. Okay, here's my axe. Wow, he's so dapper. Okay, so you either get the Call Armor or the Battle Hunger DPS. I feel like the DPS is better. Because it adds 144 pure damage. Like, across the duration. You would get the Strength at 20, I'd say, and then 20 you get the AoE. Alright. Still pretty nice. I do like the Battle Hunger change, because the spell has been really awkward, honestly. Bane. Nightmare cooldown increased from 24 to 15 to 25 to 16 seconds. Fiend's Grip Og Scepter illusion damage taken increased from 200 to 225%. Okay. Little snack of popcorn. Whoa. Bat Rider daytime vision range increased from 1600 to 1800. What? Arsonist no longer has decreased number of +2 all attribute bonuses. Yep. Flame Break movement slow decreased from 8 to 32% to 6 to 24%. That's a bit of a nerf. Level 15 Flaming Lasso cooldown reduction increased from 7 to 8 seconds. Okay. So, buff, changed, nerf, buffed. He's gotten buffed overall. Beastmaster, Wild Axe's damage per axe rescaled from 35 to 125 to 30 to 135. Okay. Called the Wild Boar, base attack time worsened from 1.25 to 1.35. Oof. Inner Beast bonus attack speed rescaled from 15 to 60 to 10 to 70. Ouch. So, kinda got nerfed a little bit. Bloodseeker. Sanguivore base heal increased from 25 to 30, no longer upgraded with neither Og Shard or Og Scepter. Blood Rage. Og Scepter effect moves to Og Shard. Og Shard's target max health is pure damage decreased from 3 to 2%. Rupture now upgraded with Og Scepter. Increase current health as initial damage by 3%. Replace cooldown with 2 charges with the same charge. Okay, so this came back. Because he had this before. He had this before, too. Level 10 plus 15% Blood Rage spell amp replaced with plus 30 Blood Rage attack speed. Level 15 plus 8% Rupture initial damage replaced with minus 0.7% Blood Rage max health DPS for allies. That talent at 20 has been replaced with 20 agility. And 2 Rupture charges at 25 replaced with plus 2.5 second Blood Right silence duration. Okay. So now you kind of have to use Blood Rage for strictly, like, right-clickers more. So spellcasters got a bit gutted. This is a nice talent, though. Let me see.
Blood calls for blood.
Blood calls for blood. Okay, so health or blood rage attack speed, you'd probably just get the attack speed. Blood rate damage or the max health DPS for allies. I'd probably get the right one. Rupture, cast range, or 20 agility is basically, are you going to use your Augs or not, I would say. You'd probably just go for the Rupture. And then the blood rate silence duration is really good because it's already a 6-second duration, and then you scale up to 8.5. But I'd still maybe just get the max burst movement speed. I'm not sure though. Bounty Hunter. Cut Purse. Visual effect of gold flying towards Bounty Hunter is no longer visible to enemies if Bounty Hunter is invisible. Good. Shadowwalk stun duration increased from 0.8 to 1.4 seconds to 1 to 1.6 seconds. 3.2 seconds. That's pretty good. Brewmaster. Strength gain decreased from 3.7 to 3.2. Int gain increased from 1.6 to 1.9. Removed Roll Out the Barrel and Drunken Master facets. Removed Primal Companion ability. Removed Belligerent innate ability. Abilities, Liquid Courage. New innate ability, passive improves with level. When Brewmaster drops below 50% health, he gains a status-resistant buff and his movement speed alternates every second between faster and slower. The effect becomes stronger at lower health, scaling from 0 up to max values at 20%. Max status resistance is 10.5% plus 0.5% per Brewmaster's level up. Max speed increase is 25%, max speed slow is 10%. Upgraded with Shard. Brewmaster may activate the ability to toss a strong drink to himself or a teammate, granting the max effects of his innate for 5 seconds, and also providing 2% max health regen per second, cast range 800, mana cost 50, cooldown 20. Okay. Where are the facets? Does he not have facets now? He doesn't have facets. He's just hungover all the time. Okay. Thunderclap cast point improved from 0.35 to 0.3 seconds. Mana cost rescaled from 90 to 120 to 100. That's so nice for late game, but a nerf to is laning. Radius rescaled from 325, 400 to 375. That sucks. Cinder Brew now rolls out a barrel of ale that deals 40 to 130 physical damage to enemies in its path and drenches enemies along the way and around the target location. Okay, so he got the facet built in. That's nice. And then his Drunken Master kind of got just built into him naturally. I forgot what Belligerent did, now that I think about it. Moved Brewed Up effect from Cinder Brew to Drunken Brawler. Yeah. When Brewmaster casts any ability, he becomes Brewed Up for 5 seconds, granting plus 150% to his stance bonus. Oh, okay. If he's already Brewed Up, the duration is extended by 1 second. After Brewed Up ends, Brewmaster is hungover and cannot become Brewed Up again for 9 seconds. Can you stack the brew? Earth Stance magic resistance increased from 5 to 20 to 8 to 20%. Fire Stance attack speed increased from 10 to 25 to 10 to 40. Void Stance removed, because it partially got built in because it gave status resist. Stance visual indicator is now always present around Brewmaster. Stances can now be switched without canceling, channeling, or an invis. Good. Primal Split. Duration increased from 16 to 20 to 16 to 24 seconds. That's pretty buff, actually. All Brewlings now receive their respective Drunken Brawler stances. Ooh. Earth Brewling's debuff immunity ability renamed to Earth Element, as it no longer grants debuff immunity, now provides 80% status resistance and 60% magic resistance instead. Earth Brewling's Demolish bonus building damage decreased from 50 to 150 to 40 to 120. Earth Brewling's movement speed increased from 330 to 370 to 330 to 380. Oh, increased. I thought it said decreased. Earth Brewling's damage increased from 25 to 95 to 35 to 105. From 20 to 30 to 90, 100 to 30 to 40, 100 to 110. I'm not reading the full extent of that. Storm Brewling's damage increased from 20 to 60 to 30 to 70. Void Brewling removed. No longer upgraded with Og Shard. Now upgraded with Og Scepter. Does he not have a shard? Oh no, the shard's there. I'm stupid. Allows Brewmaster to cancel the ability early and provide Brewed Up bonuses to all Brewlings on cast. Oh. Oh, wow. Also increases abilities level to 4, improving Bruling stats and abilities. Earth, 4100 health, 8 health regen. 135 to 145 damage, 9 armor. Other base stats are unchanged. Hurl Boulder, 200 damage and 2 second stun duration. Demolish, 160 bonus building damage. Storm, 2500 health, 8 health regen, 85 to 95 damage. Other base stats unchanged. Windwalk, 320 bonus damage and 55% bonus move speed. Cyclone, 6 second hero duration and 100 damage on landing. Fire, 1750 health, 8 health regen, 215 to 225 damage, 24 armor, other base stats unchanged. Permanent Impalation, 100 DPS. Huh. Level 10 plus 1.5 second Thundercrap. Clap duration replaced with 1 second Drunken Brawler Brew Up extend duration. Level 10 plus 10 Bruling damage replaced with plus 14 Bruling's base damage. Okay. Level 15 Cinderbrew damage duration increased from 30 to 40%. Level 15 plus Brewed Up multiplier for Drunken Brawler replaced with 600 Bruling's health. Level 20 Bruling's health replaced with minus 15 second Primal Split cooldown. Level 25 Bruling gained Drunken Brawler passive replaced with 1.5 time Drunken Brawler stance bonuses. Okay. So this got here, this got here. Alright. That's some big changes though. Bristleback strength gain increased from 2.7 to 2.8. Stun Rocket no longer increases armor loss per stack. Viscous Nasal Goo armor loss per stack increased from 1.5 to 3 to 2 to 3.5 by default. So now it's just, do you want more stacks of the Nasal Goo? I don't feel like the facet's worth it anymore. I don't know. Broodmother, Insatiable Hunger, Ogshar no longer increases duration. That's fair. Spin Web, Broodmother's illusions now also benefit from the web. Oh. Incapacitating Bite, attack bonus increased from 2 to 8 to 3 to 12. Level 15 plus 1.5% Spider's Milk Heal replaced with 20% Insatiable Hunger lifesteal. Why would you not get that now? Level 15 Spiraling's health increased from 125 to 150. Level 15 Incapacitating Bite attack bonus decreased from 12 to 10. Level 20 35 attack speed replaced with plus 25% Incapacitating Bite slow miss chance. And then the slow miss chance of 25 replaced with plus 14% spin web move speed and ignores speed limit. Okay. That's terrifying. Centaur Warrunner. Rawhide bonus max health decreased from 30 to 25. Workhorse cooldown increased from 24 to 35 seconds. Duration decreased from 8 to 7. I forgot to say buff or nerf. Nerf, obviously. This is a nerf, but also I think it's fair because it would just constantly boost the damage as well. And then over here, buffed, basically. I'd say nerfed on the facet, but buffed across the board. This is too big of a change to really tell, but I'm going to say buffed. Buffed. I would say nerf because he lost a lot of tankiness. Okay, there we go. Back to where I was. Chaos Knight. Min base damage increased by 5. Min max base damage decreased by 5. Damage at level 1 changed from 48 to 78 to 53 to 73. Damage spread decreased from 30 to 20. He's more usable now. Level 25 plus 10 second Phantasm duration replaced with minus 125% Phantasm damage taken. What's the damage they take normally? 350 goes down to 225. But he loses 10 seconds, and that affects the Augs. I feel like nerf. Buffed, generally speaking, because now he's not super heavy spread, even though he's the Chaos Knight. But I do think that this is kind of a nerf. It's probably a buff, though. I don't know. Chen, Penitence, mana cost increased from 70 to 85, from 70 to 85 to 80 to 110. Ow. Cooldown increased from 14 to 11 to 20 to 11 seconds. No longer grants bonus attack range. Now deals 50 to 125 pure damage by default. Okay. Level 10 Penitence deals 175 damage replaced with plus 75 Penitence damage. At least it's a decent harassing tool now. And you can last it with it too. Cool. Level 20 Divine Favor heal amp decreased from plus 20 to plus 15%. Buff, nerf. Actually, I'd say technically it got nerfed overall. Because this would at least let him somewhat harass. And now it's more expensive. It's got a longer cooldown. You don't get that free range. And yeah, it does damage now, but I don't know. I don't fully play him as well. Clinks. Remove suppressive fire and engulfing step facets. Remove tar bomb ability. Removed bone and arrow innate ability. Okay. Infernal Shred. Innate ability. Passive can't be leveled up. Clinks and his skeletons apply a stacking debuff that causes their attacks to pierce up to 20% of the target's armor. Clinks applies 2% per stack and skeletons apply 1%. Debuff lasts 5 seconds. Doesn't affect the target's armor directly. Simply provides attacks only for Clinks and his skeletons. Strafe. Skeleton Archer's attacks speed factor decreased from 60 to 50%. Searing Arrows. Returning his base ability. Imbues Clinks' arrows with 5 for extra 18 to 60 extra damage. Skeleton Archers always fire Searing Arrows with 50% reduced damage, mana cost 10. Skeleton Archers target the enemy attacked by Clinks with Searing Arrows effect. Death Pact no longer creates Skeleton Archers. Ooh. Skeleton Archer stats and Og Scepter upgrades are now part of Skeleton Walk. Oh, because that was the bone and arrow innate. Skeleton Archer duration rescaled from 15 to 30 to 25 to 20 to 30 seconds. Also applies to Burning Army. Burning Barrage no longer slows the targets. Burning Army spawn interval improved from 0.15 to 0.1 seconds. Spawn skeleton count increased from 5 to 6. Level 25 tar bomb multi-shot replaced with Searing Arrows multi-shot. Okay. Clockwork Jetpack can now be toggled on and off for the duration of the buff. Toggle cooldown 1 second. Oh, wow. That's cool. Overclocking Rocket Flare cooldown increased from 3 to 3.5 seconds. Alright. Buffed. I cannot tell. He has been too heavily changed. Crystal Maiden. Base damage decreased by 2. Nerfed. Base intelligence increased from 18 to 20. Never mind. Damage at level 1 unchanged. He got buffed. Dark Seer. Base intelligence increased from 21 to 22. Damage at level 1 increased by 1. From 50 to 58 to 53 to 59. Buffs here. No longer affects vulnerable units. Is a nerf of sorts. But also I think it's fair. Dark Willow. Curse Crown stun duration increased from 1.2 to 2.4 to 1.5 to 2.4 seconds. Okay. Terrorize. Jack's return speed increased from 600 to 800. Level 15 plus 150 Curse Crown AoE replaced with minus 15 second Terrorize cooldown. I like this talent, man. That sucks. Dawnbreaker. Base damage increased by 1. Damage at level 1 increased from... I'm not reading that. Solar Guardian. Og Scepter no longer reduces air or channel time. Og Scepter heal per pulse increased from 55 to 115 to 60 to 120. Level 10 plus 12 damage replaced with plus 15 Break of Dawn max damage. Ooh. Dazzle. Base strength increased from 18 to 19. Damage level 1 unchanged. Int gain per gain decreased from 3.7 to 3.5. Damage gain per level decreased from 3.5 to 3.4. Okay, Nothel Protection. Arc Shard Healing Amp decreased from 20% to 15%. Maybe a buff. Buffed. Despite me being sad about this. Buffed, basically. Death Prophet. Witchcraft Mood Speed bonus changed from 0.5% per hero level to 0.75% plus 0.75% per level up. Just change it to 0.75% per hero level. Why have this? I don't know. Exorcism no longer provides 4 to 12% bonus move speed. Og Scepter Spirit bonus damage increased from 50 to 60%. I'd say buffed, even though this is gone. I honestly could barely tell when this was active, at least at level 1 or 2. Doom. Int gain increased from 1.7 to 1.5. Remove Devil's Bargain Facet. Good, because nobody effing uses it. It's garbage. Because that was the selling one. Yeah, it's like, why would... I just went to check. It's like, no one used this. Who used this? Maybe someone did. It's just garbage. Doom. Og Scepter now also increases damage per second from 25 to 65 to 40 to 80. Ooh. Ooh. Dragon Knight. Base agility decreased from 16 to 14. He's slow. This is a buff. I don't care. He got buffed. Elder Dragon form, bonus attack damage decreased from 20 to 140 to 20 to 110. Ow. Level 10 talent, 30% fire damage reduction replaced with minus 2 second breathe fire cooldown. Level 20, 85% plus 85% fire damage cast range. And Dragon form replaced with plus 60% breathe fire damage cast range. Okay. Damage nerf. Agility nerf, which barely means anything, honestly. Because it's a strength hero, he gets free armor, and 2 attack speed at level 1 is like nothing. It is a nerf, but it's barely there. This is fine to get removed, because it was so strong. Honestly. Because if you put that on a carry, they get gutted. This is a nerf, though. But this is a nice buff. There, okay. Dry range of frost arrows, move slow increased from 10 to 40% to 15 to 45%. Of course. Marksmanship, disable range decreased from 400 to 325. Buffed. Level 10, gust no longer cost no mana, replaced with minus 25% frost arrow. Buffed. I don't care. That's amazing. This is huge. Earth Spirit, base damage decreased by 6. Damage at level 1 decreased from 53 to 57 to 47 to 51. Removed all of his facets. Okay. A lot of facet removals. Stone Remnant now passively grants plus 2.5% bonus attack damage per currently unused charge. Whenever Earth Spirit uses another ability on Stone Remnant, he gains 7.5% bonus attack damage for 10 seconds. Effect doesn't stack. Max ability charges increased from 7 plus 1 every 5th level to 7 plus 1 per 4 hero level ups. Changed from 6 additional charges at levels 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to 7 at levels 5, 9, 13, 17, 21, 25, 29. Okay. Boulder Smash cooldown rescaled from 22 to 10 to 20 to 11 seconds. Geomagnetic Grip can now target allied units by default with 550 to 700 cast range. Can't pull allies that are affected by Leash, Root Bind, Dual, Chronospear, or Black Hole. That's fair. Shard Rework decreases cooldown by 3 seconds and increases allied units cast range and speed by 50%. Allied unit cast range to 825 to 1050, pull speed to 900. I'm just... Alright. Yeah. This is still good. Level 10 Geomatic Grip cooldown, which is now in the shard, replaced with minus 2 second Boulder Smash cooldown. Level 20 plus 180 bouldering damage, replaced with plus 175% rolling boulder damage from strength. Oh, okay. Sure. Level 25 minus 3 Boulder Smash cooldown, replaced with plus 175 Geomatic Grip remnant damage. Level 25 Magnetize Undispellable, replaced with Earth Spirit, magnetizes himself, applies Magnetize at its current duration to enemy heroes around Earth Spirit, and can be refreshed with Stone Remnants. Sure. I can't tell, he got way too changed. Shaker. Fissure damage decreased from 110 to 290 to 100 to 280. Ogshar no longer allows fissure walking. Ah. Echo Slam. Echo damage decreased from 90 to 110 to 70 to 110. Level 20 Enchant Totem damage increased from 50 to 65%. Nerfed. Buffed, but overall nerfed. Elder Titan. Astral Spirit. Return Astral Spirit and move Astral Spirit sub-abilities can now be Used while Elder Titan is disabled. Okay, good. Level 10, Astral Spirit move speed per hero increased from 2 to 2.5%. Level 20, Natural Order radius increased from 100 to 150. Buffed. There you go. Ember Spirit Flame Guard cooldown decreased from 35 to 32 seconds. Okay. Level 15, Searing Change duration decreased from 1 to 0.8 seconds. That hurts. Level 20, Searing Change damage decreased from 60 to 50. That also hurts. Nerfed, buffed. But overall nerfed. I do kind of get why, because you can build into Searing Chains and just be a massive pain in the dick. So I kind of get that. Overprotective Wisps, I can read. Nature's Attendants, Wisps, max decrease from 4 to 3, get destroyed. Rabble Rouser, damage amp change from 10 to plus 4% per Enchantress level to 4 plus 4% per Enchantress level up. It's still weirdly written. Now also affects units that come under Enchantress's control. Oh, that makes sense, actually. Why didn't it do that before? That makes so much sense. Enchant, creep attack damage bonus decreased from 0 to 75 to 0 to 60, but that's fine because of this. Enchanted units may now be bound to a persistent hotkey. Huh. Little Friends, affected creeps now gain damage buff from Rabble Rouser for the duration in case they did not have it. Okay, that mainly affects lane creeps. Bonus attack speed decreased from 100 to 70. Level 10, plus 10 enchanted creep armor replaced with plus 5 armor for Enchantress and her units. Requires at least level 1 of enchant. Level 20, plus 60 untouchable attack slow replaced with plus 9 Nature's Attendants Wisps. And then, okay, so they basically got switched around and the 25 is plus 70 attack slow. Okay. I never knew this... No, not that. I never knew this wasn't a thing. I need to look at what that means, though.
Enchanting.
With the persistent hotkey thing. I don't get what that means. So we're gonna find out. Bam! It's Wind Ranger. She's got wind legs.
Light of foot, light of heart.
Can I... More. Oh, cool, you can time scale. Neat. Wait.
Enchanting.
That's so cool. Whee! Sorry. Oh, you can even give elevation. Oh, the changes to demo are so nice. Oh, you can do this now! Finally! What has an ability? You do.
With skipping grace.
What does this mean?
Enchanting.
No, seriously, what does it mean? What does it mean? It's actually pissing me off because I don't get what it means. I have no idea. Alright, we'll just give up and run away. Back to the patch notes. I'd say buffed, honestly. With a nerf to the really good and fun and interesting facet. Enigma! Malefice Ogshar now also spawns an Eidolon if the target dies before the effect expires. Good. That's fair. Level 15 Talent Malefice damage, instance damage increased from 50 to 60. Buffed. Moving on. Void! Now always applies 1 instance of damage and slow in addition to the per cooldown instances on time dilation. That's actually fair. Slow per cooldown decreased from 7 to 10 to 4 to 7%. Ooh. DPS per cooldown decreased from 7 to 13 to 4 to 10. Duration decreased from 8 to 11 to 7 to 10. A little bit of a nerf, but this is fair. It's a nice little buff. Level 10, time dilation DPS per cooldown increased from 9 to 6. Level 15, time dilation slow per cooldown decreased from 12 to 8%. Mama's trying to spoil. He's not allowed to do that. I have to get down there. Grimstroke. Phantom's Embrace. Cooldown is now also refreshed if the Phantom's target dies before the Phantom latches to it. Oh, good. I can't believe that wasn't a thing. Soulbind. Ability can now be reflected. Ew. Reflected spells now get casted onto both units affected by Soulbind. Oh, okay. So, this means, like, if they have Lotus Orb, it gets bounced onto you. And this means if they cast a spell and it's reflected, then both of them get affected. Okay. It took me a minute for that. Dark Portrait Illusion. Outgoing damage decreased from 150 to 125%. Illusion damage taken decreased from 350 to 275%. Alright. Gyrocopter. Afterburner. Rocket Barrage. Move speed duration decreased from 4.5 to 4 seconds. Okay. That's fair. Call down missile damage decreased from 250 to 600 to 200 to 500. Nerfed. But also buffed. Grimstroke got buffed. Gyro got nerfed. Hoodwink. Go nuts. Nud. Scurry. Active cast range decreased from 75 to 300 to 50 to 200. Active attack range decreased from 75, 300 to 50 to 200. Mistwood's Wayfarer. Ability can no longer target trees affecting Acorn Shot or Bushwhack. That's fair, actually. Level 10, plus 1.5 mana regen, replaced with plus 150 health. Level 10, plus 1 Scurry ability charge, replaced with plus 50 Bushwhack damage. And then the Bushwhack damage at 15 was replaced with the Scurry charge. I'd say nerfed, just because of this. But this is a buff. The mana regen's a bit of a nerf. But now it's like you can get health with the Scurry charge, so maybe it's fine. Maybe she's fine. Invoker, Mind of Tornaris. EMP, Og's Shard, drag speed decreased from 150 to 125. Alacrity, mana cost decreased from 90 to 75. Cast range decreased from 650 to 700. Ice Wall damage decreased from 25 plus 5 times Exhort to 24 plus 6. From 30 to 75 to 30 to 84. Alright, level 15, minus 5 second cold snap. Cooldown increased to 6. Level 20, plus 35 alacrity damage speed changed to 50. I think that's supposed to say increased. But, buff. This is all buffs. This barely matters. He just got buffed. Io, strength increased from 17 to 19, int decreased from 23 to 21, damage at level 1 unchanged, 45 to 51. Spirit's mana cost decreased. Let me actually see what specifically the spoil is. Oh. Okay. Tagged it so you have to choose if you want to see. I thought it was a shaman thing. It's not. I'm getting there, though. Mana cost decreased from 100 to 130 to 90 to 120. Cooldown decreased from 22 to 19 to 15. Oh, wow. Duration decreased from 19 to 50. That's fine. Level 10 plus 12 attack damage to tethered units replaced with plus 7 strength. Level 15 plus 60 spirits hero damage replaced with plus 50% spirits damage. Ooh. Level 25 unslowable during overcharge replaced with minus 1.5 second relocate cast delay. It sucks to lose the damage, but honestly, the strength is better for Io. The int loss sucks, but that barely matters because you want to have the higher health pool anyway. This is fine. He got buffed, basically. This I have to look at for numbers for how much he actually lost. Okay, it was 60... So the hero damage is 30 to 90 base. And this is plus 60, so it would go to 150. But is instead going to be 135, so he lost like 15. Also 1 second. Sorry about that. It's a bit of a nerf, but I think overall he got buffed. Jakiro! Oh, look at all these talent changes. Oh, look at all these talent changes. Level 10, minus 2 second dual breath cooldown replaced with plus 60 ice path base damage. That's weird. Oh, we had it as another talent. Level 10, 150 attack range replaced with plus 30 liquefier attack speed slow. Level 15, ice path base damage replaced with minus 3 second dual breath cooldown. Okay. Oh, so his 10 and 15s got switched. Okay. Because the 50 attack speed slow is now 175 attack range. Level 25, Liquid Frost and Fire max health damage increased from 2.5 to 3%. He got... This got a buff. I'd say the rest are buffs, honestly. Like, he lost some attack speed slow, but it was so high to begin with that you wouldn't really want to ever get this talent. I'd say. Juggernaut. Base agility decreased from 34 to 32. Lost 2 damage. So now 54 to 56. Blade Fury mana cost increased from 5 to 120 to 120. Level 10 healing ward hits the kill decrease from 2 to 1. Nerfed. There you go. Jug sucks. Keeper of the Light. Base int increased from 23 to 24. Damage level 1 is 1 higher. Wow, exciting. Blinding Light damage increased from 85 to 220 to 90 to 240. Chakra Magic Mana Restore increased from 75 to 300 to 90 to 300. Alright. Will-O-Wisp damage increased from 75 to 85. Level 15, minus 5 second blinding cooldown replaced with plus 90 blinding light damage. Okay. Outside of this, which can be argued as a nerf, he got buffed. Kez. Lot of words. Alright. Base strength increased from 19 to 20. Healthier boy. Switch discipline. Cooldown reduction per level increased from 0.2 to 0.25 seconds. Cooldown level 1 decreased from 7.8 to 7.75. Cooldown level 30 decreased from 2 to 0.5 seconds. Katana base attack time improved from 2 to 1.8. Katana bonus agility base damage decreased from 20 to 12%. Kazurai Katana DPS rescaled from 5 to 11 to 3 to 12%. Active effect may only trigger up to a maximum of 500 stacks. Arg Shard now also increases max stacks to 1,000. Popcorn. Hang on. Falcon Rush no longer causes Kevs to have fixed attack rate or any interaction with attack speed. So it's better later, basically, and weaker earlier. Echo attack damage decreased from 45 to 75 to 35 to 50%. That's fair because of this. Echoes now have 50% reduced chance to proc random effects. Echo with Maelstrom, 25% chance will have Math, 12.5% chance to proc Maelstrom. Echoes can no longer trigger marks, but may still create them. However, their chance to mark will be reduced from 18% to 7.2% due to the proc chance change mentioned before. Oh. Okay, so it's not consistent math. Rush speed decreased from 1,000 to 850. Shoto Sai mark stun duration decreased from 0.5 to 0.4 seconds. Parry stun duration decreased from 0.5 to 0.4. Level 20 plus 50% attack damage added to Talon Toss. Replaced with plus 60 attack speed during Falcon Rush. Alright. Buffed. All of this, I would say, kind of balances out to being fair and buffed. This is a buff. Because having lower BAT is always better for even just higher attack damage. Like, this is a nerf, but it's compensated by the 0.2 lower BAT, and then the cooldown is lower. I'd say buffed. But I also don't play Kez. Kunkka Torrent damage increased from 80 to 320 to 110 to 320. Ooh. X marks the spot. Cooldown decreased from 30 to 12 to 24 to 12. That is a pretty massive buff, actually. Buffed. There you go. Legion. Press the attack mana cost decreased from 110 to 100. Moment of Courage cooldown rescaled from 1.9 to 0.7 to 1.7 to 0.8. A bit of a buff. Tiny buff. Lesh. Misanthropy Diabolic Edict. Duration increased from 6 to 7.5 seconds. What's the time normally? It's just 25% faster now instead of 40%. That's a nerf. It's a nerf regardless. But, I don't think it's all that good now. For 25% faster effect. Split Earth. Radius increased from 135 to 210 to 150 to 210. Alright. Lena int gain increased from 3.8 to 4. Oh, yeah. Nerf to the facet, buff to the hero. There you go. But buff here. Laguna Blade cast range increased from 600 to 750. Lena got buffed. There you go. Lion! Hex mana cost decreased from 125 to 200 to 110 to 200. Buff. Finger of Death cooldown decreased from 130 to 40 to 120 to 40. Buffed. Next. Here, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, oh. Okay. Lone Druid! Removed his facets. Removed Gift Bearer innate ability. Its effect is now part of a summoned Spirit Bear ability. Is now an innate. Okay, let me go back. Base movement speed decreased from 325 to 295. That is a horrendously massive nerf. Base damage increased by 4. Damage at level 1 increased from 38 to 42 to 42 to 46. This is a nerf right here. Losing 30 movement speed. Okay, move to an innate ability cannot be leveled up. Ability is moved to the 4th ability slot, D by default. Spirit Bear now counts as a melee hero for most spells. Since the bear is now a hero, all unit-related changes move to a separate Spirit Bear section below. This section is for the summon ability changes only. Cooldown decreased from 150 to 120 to 120. Okay. Entangle, new point-targeted basic ability. Allows Lone Druid to entangle enemies once they gain 5 stacks of this ability. Entangled enemies are unable to move from 1.2 to 2.4 seconds and take 16 to 90 damage per second. When cast, applies 2 stacks to each enemy hero in the area and 5 stacks to enemy creeps, and also empowers Lone Druid for 10 seconds, making him apply 1 stack with each attack on enemy heroes. Enemies are protected from gaining new stacks while they're already entangled. Radius 350, stack duration 10 seconds, cast range 700, mana cost 60, cooldown 24 to 18 seconds, pierces debuff immunity. That immediately makes it broken. Lone Druid's empowered buff and enemy stack counter debuff are undispellable. Entangled debuff is dispellable. Creeps can't gain stacks from either Lone Druid and Spirit Bear's attacks and are entangled only on cast. Roshan is affected as if he were a hero. Spirit Bear's Entangling Claws reworked now it levels up with this ability and passively provides empowered attacks at all times. Okay. So it's like a League of Legends ability. Upgraded with Scepter. Increase radius to 450 and hero stacks on cast to 5, instantly entangling. Also remove stack protection from entangled enemies. Okay. Spirit Link no longer grants attack speed or shared armor. Now passively grants 10 to 40 move speed to Lone Druid and 20 to 80 to his bear. Lone Druid's attacks now heal the Spirit Bear by default, no longer upgraded with Scepter. True Form, mana cost decreased from 200 to 80. Duration decreased from 40 to 25 seconds. Cooldown decreased from 100 to 60 to 50 seconds. No longer grants Entangling Claws and Demolish to Lone Druid. Now also provides 50 to 130 bonus attack damage. Bonus armor increased from 8 to 12 to 10 to 20. Okay. Okay. Level 10 plus 30 Spirit Bear movement speed replaced with plus 15 entangle root damage per second. Level 10 200 health replaced with minus 25 seconds summon Spirit Bear cooldown. You just get this. Good lord. Level 15 plus 7 Spirit Bear armor replaced with plus 12 agility. Actually no, I'm gonna state this again. This is literally just the talent you go for. This is like cool and all. This is huge. It really is. It really is. Alright. Anyways, plus 12 agility. Level 20 Entangling Claw DPS replaced with plus 55 attack speed. Level 25 plus 45 Spirit Link attack speed replaced with plus 0.6 second entangle root duration also affects Spirit Bear Entangling Claws. Level 25 minus 50 second True Form cooldown replaced with True Form provides 60% slow resist. It's hard to say that this one is worse. They're both really good. They really are. This one just feels so much better. Because it also affects the claws on the bear because they're connected. God, he's going to be a weird hero now. Okay, we have a lot here. Bear has a separate talent tree. There it is. Okay. Spirit Bear, new hero, question mark? Now counts as a universal melee hero instead of a creep in the following cases. Spirit Bear's attacks now count as melee hero attacks against Roche's Banner, Klink's Skeleton Archers, Lich's Ice Spire, Phoenix's Supernova, Pugn's Nether Ward, Templar Assassins, Psionic Traps, and Undying's Tombstone. Spirit Bear already did hero damage to Shadow Shaman's Mass, Serpent Wards, Couriers, Observers Wards, and Sentries. This is a buff right here because I effing hated the fact that it was half. Spirit Bear can now be targeted or affected as a hero by the following abilities. Culling Blade, Legion Commander's Duel, Finger of Death, Mars Spear of Mars, Necrophos Reaper Scythe, Slark's Pounce, and Underlord's Atrophy Aura. Can also break enemy Smoke of Deceit. Spirit Bear's Death will not provide charges for these spells. Charges for Urn and upgrades. Pudge's permanent strength from Flesh Heap, Silence's permanent int from Brain Drain, Slark's permanent agility from Essence Shift, Storm Spirit stacks for Galvanize, temporary attribute losses from Silencer's, Slark's, and other similar spells still work. Can now capture Watchers and Outposts. Good. Now starts with a TP scroll on cooldown the first time it is summoned. Cool. Spirit Bear now receives a copy of Lone Druid's neutral item. This copy has an independent cooldown. Ability order has been changed. Old. Return, Demolish, Savage Roar, Entangling Claws, Fetch. New. Demolish, Innate, Hidden. Return, Entangling Claws, Savage Roar, Spirit Link, Fetch. Base HP rescaled from 1100 to 2k to 1500. Okay, so he's just better level 1. HP regen decreased from 5 to 8 to 3. Base attack time rescaled from 1.75 to 1.45 to 1.5. That's still really good. Base attack speed increased from 100 to 110. Base armor decreased from 0 to 6 to just a flat 0. Base move speed rescaled from 300, 390 to 310. Base magic resistance decreased from 0 to 25%. Demolish ability no longer passively grants magic resist. Daytime vision range increased from 1400 to 1800. No longer gains 100 health and 5 damage per level. Now gains 4.5 strength, 4.5 agility, and 0.5 int per level. Still has no base attributes, so they are all zeros at level 1. Spirit Bear now has a separate talent tree. Ugh. Demolish, now innate to Bear. Building damage rescaled from 10 to 40 to 30%. Okay, that's fine. No longer grants magic resist because now he has a built-in level 1. Return, now considered a teleport for the teleport requires hold cancel to stop option. Entangling Claws reworked. Passive, pierces debuff immediately, levels up with Entangle. Entangle enemies once they gain 5 stacks. Entangled are unable to move, take damage per second. Permanently empowered, making it apply a stack with each attack on enemy heroes. Enemies are protected from getting new stacks while entangled. Stacks are applied only to heroes, creep heroes, and Roshan. Fetch. After fetching enemy, Spirit Baron will now have an attack command issued towards the target. Okay. Level 10, plus 10% magic resistance or plus 20 movement speed. Level 15, plus 4 armor or return has no cooldown and minus 0.5 second channel time. Level 20, plus 500 health or plus 30 damage. Level 25, plus 15% damage to entangled units or plus 20% demolish bonus building damage. Jesus Christ. He is such a different hero now. God damn. Luna, Lunar Orbit. I just gotta move on. Collision damage increased from 22 to 40% to 28 to 40%. Formation time decreased from 1.2 to 0.9. Rotation radius decreased from 250 to 225. Collision radius increased from 175 to 200. Oh, rotation radius and collision radius. Level 15 minus 48 second Eclipse cooldown replaced with plus 80 Lucent Beam damage. F you gotta wait 5 more levels. Level 20 plus 10, 110 Lunar Beam replaced with minus 40 second Eclipse cooldown. Alright, level 25 plus 1 Lunar Blessing damage per level replaced with plus 30 Lunar Blessing damage. I.e., it's just better now. Lycan. Summon Wolves. Wolf damage decreased from 23 to 53 to 22 to 52. Alright. Because of, this is when you pick that facet. Shapeshift. Health bonus decreased from 250 to 450 to 225, 425. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay, they're just... Magnus, base damage increased by 1. Damage at level 1 increased from 54... Yeah. Diminishing return no longer has that. Yep, we knew that already. Reverse polarity cooldown decreased from 120 to 115 seconds. Sure, why not? Marcy, removed fleeting fury facet. Okay, so that's the one that lets her, like, punch people, basically, with Unleash. So now its rebound can be alt-cast to bring Marcy's ally with her after the jump, which is Pick Me Up or the buddy system. Alright. It's not as spoilery as I thought it was going to be. But I forgot nerf and buff. Fixed. Because this was one of those cancer-type talents. And now it's a little bit more fair because it takes another 5 levels. This, I think, is a buff. Yeah. Yeah, this is a buff. Because this is basically the same. It's faster formation, and it scales better. This is a buff. Outside of this tweak, it's a buff. Buff with a nerf, but 25 health is barely anything. And then buffed. Then Marcy is like, okay, you can't have the carry type facet. Mars, God's Rebuke. Bonus damage versus heroes decreased from 10 to 25 to 5 to 20. Okay. Level 20, Arena of Blood cooldown reduction decreased from 20 to 16 seconds. Okay. Nerfed, basically. Medusa, Mana Shield no longer benefits from mana cost reduction effects. I never knew it did. And then her level 20 and 25 talents basically got a little switched around. Okay. The Grasp Volley earlier is actually really nice. Beepo! Yep. Marana. This is a buff, but we knew that. Marana, Starstruck, Starstorm, second meteor damage decreased from 100% to 70 to 100%. Starstorm, second meteor damage increased from 60 to 70%. Okay. Moonlight Shadow, cooldown decreased from 140 to 100 to 120 to 100. Level 20, minus 20 second Moonlight Shadow, cooldown replaced with plus 200 Starstorm damage. And plus 250 Starstorm damage replaced with minus 30 second Moonlight Shadow cooldown. Sort of a tweak. Buff to the base. Nerf to the facet. And then buff to base. Buffed overall, I'd say. Monkey King, base armor decreased by 1. Oh, I screwed up. Base attack time improved from 1.7 to 1.6. Base attack speed decreased from 100 to 95. That's still fine. Honest, this is a buff. This is a buff with a laning nerf. Simian Stride, yep. Stun duration from falling off the tree cut decreased from 4 to 3 seconds. Overall, he got buffed outside of the armor nerf. Morphling Flow Adaptive Strife Stun is no longer exclusive to this facet. Ew. Adaptive Strike. Cast range decreased from 600 to 900 to 600 to 825. Now stuns the target for 0.5 seconds and up to 1.2 to 2.4 when Morphling Strength is 50% higher than Agility. Buffed, basically, with a small cast nerf. Muerta, int gain increased from 3.4 to 3.6. The Calling, mana cost decreased from 140 to 185 to 135 to 180. Cast range increased from 580 to 600. Level 10, health replaced with attack speed. Buffed, honestly. Muerta wants attack speed for her stuff, so this is actually a nice buff. Okay, you. How the F are you changed? Naga Siren base int decreased from 20 to 19. Agility gain increased from 3.3 to 3.4. Okay, small nerf to a deluge build with a buff to core. Riptide damage increased from 25 to 55 to 30 to 60. Deluge cooldown increased from 10 to 7 to 13 to 7. Ensnare can no longer target. Yep, we knew that. Son of the Siren, max HP per second decreased from 2 to 4 to 1 to 3%. Ogshard, max HP regen per second bonus decreased from 2 to 1. Total decreased from 46 to 2 to 4. Stop playing her as a support, they said. Player has a carry. And nothing else. It's basically what that is. Profit. Agi gain decreased from 3 to 2.6. Damage gain per level decreased from 4.1 to 3.9. That is way too high still. Spirit of the Forest. Bonus damage per tree decreased from 3 to 2%. Good. Nature's Call. Mana cost decreased from 120 to 100. Tree and attack range increased from 100 to 125. Why is it so god-awful? Tree and damage increased from 15 to 39 to 16 to 40. Wow, it's barely anything. Tree and movement speed increased from 300 to 305 to 320. Curse of the Overgrowth. Curse radius decreased from 1200 to 900. Nerfed, generally speaking, outside of the Nature's Call change. It's literally just +1 damage. Alright, Necrophos, Profane Potency. Sadist AoE per kill reduced from 40 to 35. Reaper Scythe HP regen per kill decreased from 2 to 6 to 1 to 3. That is a lot. Jesus. Gutted in half. Level 15 Talent Death Pulse heal increased from 50 to 60. Level 15 Ghost Shroud slow decreased from 20 to 15%. Level 20 Heartstopper Aura regen reduction decreased from 25 to 20%. Nerf to the fun facet, or at least the good one. I think they're both. The other one's okay, but this one's just more fun. Massive gut to this. Really is, especially because of his Augs. A buff to this talent with a nerf to this one, and then a nerf here. I'd say overall it got nerfed. Night Stalker, Voidbringer, we already know that. Heart of Darkness no longer reduces Night Stalker's health regen by 20% during the day. Buffed. Level 20 Crippling Fear DPS increased from 20 to 40. Buffed. Doesn't matter. Moving on. I'm dying. Nyx Assassin. Mind Flare. Bonus damage decreased from 20 to 15%. Get destroyed, bug. Spiked Carapace. Stun duration increased from 0.4 to 1.6 to 0.7 to 1.6. Nerf to his nuking. A buff to his stunning. Ogre. Base damage increased by 1. Wow, exciting. Blood Rust. Cast range increased from 600 to 650. Can no longer target invulnerable units, but it can infect buildings. We know that. Level 20 Bloodlust attack speed increased from 30 to 35. Buffed. I don't think this really affects anything outside of, like, Cyclone Bloodlust. Omni Knight base armor increased by 1, taking literally no damage. Repel cooldown decreased from 55 to 40 to 50 to 35. That's a buff. Hammer purely no longer disabled by silence. That's a buff. Guardian Angel cooldown decreased from 110 to 90 to 110 to 80. Alright, buffed. Oracle. Fortune's End can no longer target invulnerable. We already read this. Fate's Edict no longer has separate effects for allies and enemies. Always disarms target and grants him 100% magic damage resistance. Mana cost decreased from 90 to 110 to 70. Cooldown decreased from 20 to 11 to 17 to 8. So they basically brought it back. Nerfed. Because now you can disarm your allies. Pango removed his facets. Okay. Oh, good lord. I already saw some big ones. Swashbuckle. Cooldown decreased from 21 to 12 to 20 to 11. Now briefly slows enemies' move speed on hit by 100% for 0.4 seconds. Okay. Shield Crash cooldown decreased from 18 to 12 to 16 to 7 seconds. Mana cost rescaled from 70 to 100 to 75. Barrier change from 50 to 200 per enemy hero hit to 60 to 240 if any enemy hero hit. No enemy hero hit. Barrier not provided. Fair. Barrier duration decreased from 10 to 6 seconds, but that's fine because it's practically available all the time. Damage decreased from 70 to 250 to 50 to 200. No longer slows enemies. Scepter Swashbuckle damage decreased from 100% to 75%. Rolling Thunder duration rescaled from 10 to 9 to 11. No longer decreases the cooldown of Shield Crash. Now takes 1 second to reach full roll speed. Well, that's a nerf. So far, I feel like he's just been nerfed. Level 15 plus 90 Shield Crash barrier per hero replaced with plus 125 Shield Crash barrier. 15 plus 15% attack damage is Swashbuckle damage replaced with minus 2 second Swashbuckle cooldown. Level 20 plus 125 Shield Crash radiation damage replaced with minus 1.5 second Shield Crash cooldown. Level 25 minus 4 second Swashbuckle cooldown replaced with 20% attack damage is Swashbuckle. Okay. It takes another 10 levels for this now, which is insane. Especially because of the damage nerf here. I'd say he got nerfed, honestly. By like a good bit. Like he lost a good amount of damage. He lost some duration. Sort of. And it takes a second for his speed. Yeah, I'd say he got nerfed. Plus, but then again, there's this, so I don't know how it's going to go. PA. Blur. Active move speed increased from 3 to 12 to 6 to 15%. Phantom Strike. 11 to 5 second cooldown replaced with 2 charges. Just 21 to 12 second base charge restore time. Okay. This feels like a buff. PL. How the F do you work? Agility gain increased from 2.8 to 3.4. Removed his facets. Again, with that. Illusory Armaments. Reworked. Whenever an illusion of PL is created, it can't have less than 18% of PL's damage for 3 seconds. Damage increases by 2% with every 3 PL level ups. Okay. So he's got buff illusions at the start. Phantom Rush no longer provides bonus agi while active. Cooldown rescaled from 13 to 4 to 15 to 3. Now provides 20 to 50% evasion while rushing. No longer has 2-second linger. Evasion bonus is lost once the target is reached or the rush is cancelled. Level 10, plus 10 Phantom Rush agility replaced with plus 3% Juxtapose illusion trigger chance. Level 15, minus 1 second Spirit Lance cooldown replaced with plus 125 Doppelganger cast range. Level 15, plus 2.5 second Spirit Rush bonus agility duration replaced with 50% illusion Spirit Lance damage. Spirit Lance is fired from illusions to 50% of the regular damage, which is then further reduced by the illusion's outgoing damage multiplier. Okay, so this is like his facet. Level 20, plus 6% Juxtapose damage replaced with minus 70% Juxtapose illusion damage taken. I just realized something. Maelstrom still does more damage to illusions, still. I didn't see it in the patch notes. Yeah. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's just been crippled. Especially because of the Diffusal Blade. Level 20, plus 15% Spirit Lance illusion damage replaced with plus 100 Spirit Lance damage. Level 25, plus 20% illusory armaments damage replaced with plus 2 second illusory armaments duration. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let me put... I want to see what the max is. Okay, so put him at max level. 36%. For 3 seconds base. But then it's like... after that's up, they lose over half of their outgoing damage. I feel like he's just worse. Like, honestly. I really do. Like, I can't tell how good he is anymore. Ignoring this, it's like, Diffusal Blade was the big thing that PL would build, and now it's like, what's the point of it? Like, full stop. There's no point to it now. That's a huge, huge nerf to him. So I really don't know how he's going to play now. Phoenix. Sunray health cost per second decreased from 6 to 5%. Base damage per second rescaled from 14 to 32 to 15 to 30. Max damage rescaled from 1.25 to 6.75% to 1.5 to 6%. Level 15, talent health regen increased from 20 to 25. Okay, so this is a buff. This is a buff. This is a nerf. This is a nerf. Basically. So I'd say overall he got nerfed. The Primal Beast! Ferocity pulverized AoE bonus per slam decreased from 20 to 25 to 20%. Nerfed. Moving on. Puck. Puckish. No longer applies when destroying attacks from buildings. That's fair. Because that was so broken. Level 20 talent waning rift cooldown reduction decreased from 3 to 2.5 seconds. Pugna Siphoning Ward. Nether Ward damage to heal decreased from 25 to 20%. Damage to mana decreased from 30 to 20%. Nerfed. Level 15 talent health reduced from 350 to 300. Level 20, Life Drain Heal decreased from 20 to 15. Level 25, Nether Blast damage increased from 180 to 200. I'd say he got nerfed. Queen of Pain, Bondage, returning spell damage decreased from 20 to 16%. Buff to this facet. Razor, Thunderhead, Eye of the Storm, Storm Surge cooldown decreased from 2.5 to 2 seconds. I think that's a nerf. Storm Surge, chance to strike increased from 18 to 20%. Strike cooldown decreased from 3.5 to 2.5 seconds. Never mind, it's just been buffed. There we go. Razor has been buffed. Ricky, removed facets. Backstab no longer levels with Cloak and Dagger. Agility damage multiplier rescaled from 0.55 to 1.6 to 0.6 plus 0.05 per Ricky's level up. Now works on allied units at 25% effectiveness. Damage is now done as a separate instance of damage instead of part of the attack damage. Okay. Interesting. Blink Strike. 2 charges with 25-13 second base restore time replaced with 13 to 4 second cooldown. Bonus 40 to 85 magic damage replaced with 15 to 60 bonus physical damage on attack. Tricks of the Trade. Oh god. Mana cost rescaled from 45 to 75 to 65. Cooldown increased from 18 to 12 to 21 to 12. Radius decreased from 450 to 425. 40% attack damage replaced with 30 to 90 flat damage. Still applies bonus damage from backstab, but as a separate instance of damage now. No longer provides agility. Now attacks 2 random targets by default. Scepter slightly reworked. No longer increases targets attacked because it's now built in. Now also allows to hide within allied creeps. Now increases ability duration by 1 second and attack count by 2, but only when Ricky hides within an ally. No longer increases attack count on ally casts. Now provides 15% bonus movement speed to the ally Ricky's hiding in. Cloak and Dagger now grants 130 to 390 XP when getting a hero kill and 100 XP when getting a hero assist. Okay. He's just got this built in now. It's fine. Level 15 plus 50 Tricks of the Trade agility replaced with plus 15% of Ricky's base damage as Tricks of the Trade damage. Okay. Level 20 minus 4 second Blink Strike replenish time replaced with minus 1 second Blink Strike cooldown. 3 second cooldown ain't bad. That's actually really good. Level 25 Tricks of the Trade applies basic spell replaced with plus 500 Blink Strike cast range. Level 25, minus 1.25 second Cloak and Dagger Fade Delay, replaced with minus 4 second Tricks of the Trade cooldown. This one is really good. Just massive cast range buff. Plus the Talon at 20. I can't tell, but just based off of this stupid thing alone, I'm going to say he's been buffed. But I don't know. Ringmaster, Wheel of Wonder, mana cost decreased from 175, 375 to 150, 300. Buff. Rubik, base damage increased by 1. Damage at level 1. Yeah. Telekinesis, land sub-ability no longer cancels channeling or interrupts movement. That makes sense. Level 15 plus 0.5 second telekinesis lift stun duration replaced with plus 20% fade damage reduction. Alright. That's a buff. Obvious buff. Sort of a tweak. Sand King, level 20, Burrow Strike cooldown reduction increased from 2 to 3 seconds. Level 25, Epicenter Pulses decreased from 10 to 8. Buff. Nerf. There you go. Shadow Demon, Disruption bonus base damage decreased from 25 to 70 to 20 to 65. Small little nerf. Demonic Purge and Cleanse we talked about. So small nerf. Shadow Fiend, Agi gain increased from 3.5 to 3.6. Necromastery, Souls on hero kills increased from 3 to 4. Shadow Shaman. Serpent Ward, health and bounty multiplier decreased from 10 to 9. Hits to destroy decreased from 20 to 18. Gold bounty decreased from 220 to 300 to 198 to 270. XP bounty decreased from 310 to 279. Okay. Shackles, total damage heal increased from 70 to 280 to 100 280. Mass Serpent Ward, cooldown decreased from 110 to 110 to 100. Nerf, kind of. Buff. He's been buffed, but Friendos still hates him. Silencer, we already know about that. Silence. Oh, Arcane Curse. Silence multiplier decreased from 1.5 to 1.25. Glaives of Wisdom. Insteel duration increased from... Insteel increased from 1 to 4 to 2 to 5. Insteel duration rescaled from 20 to 35 to 10 to 40 seconds. And Arcane Curse penalty multiplier decreased from 0.5 to 0.25. Okay. So his Insteel is annoying now again. His Arcane Curse basically got nerfed, but his right-clicking has gotten buffed. So depending on how you see it, he was kind of buffed and kind of not. Skydreth Mage. Level 15 Talent Ancient Seal cooldown reduction decreased from 7 to 6. Level 15 Concussive Shot Slow increased from 15 to 20%. Small nerf and buff. Slardar, Slithering Crush. Puddle radius increased from 250 to 325. Scepter's Crush Puddle radius decreased from 450 to 400. Ow. Bash to the Deep. Bash duration decreased from 1.1 to 1 second. Bonus damage decreased from 50 to 200 to 35 to 200. Okay. Level 10 Seaborn Sentinel bonus damage increased from 12 to 14. Buff with a nerf to compensate. Just a nerf. And then tiny buff. But overall, I'd say nerfed. Slark, removed facets. Remove Barracuda innate ability, effect move to the ultimate. Essence Shift, now an innate, passive improves with level. Duration rescaled from 15 to 75 to 15 plus 2.5 seconds each time Slark levels up. Oh, it just steals one every time. I forgot how it works because I'm an idiot. Okay. What's the total time? 2.5... 25, 50... Okay, it's just longer overall, basically. Pounce now applies a 1 to 4 Essence Shift stack when leashing enemy hero. Okay, Leeching Leash just got built in. Saltwater Shiv, new basic ability, passive autocast attack modifier. Slark slices an enemy hero with his Salty Shiv. Salty. Stealing to targets 3 movement speed, 3 health regen, and 3 to 6% of their health restoration. Each subsequent use of Shiv refreshes the duration of all stacks. Steal duration 6 to 12 seconds, mana cost 20, cooldown 10 to 4 seconds. Not breakable, disabled by silence, has no stack limit, ignores attack backswing. Enemies with health restoration below minus 100% will not lose health from restoration sources. He's just kind of got Scotty sort of built in. Kind of. Little bit. What a weird technicality, though. Like, honestly. Very strange. Shadow Dance now passively grants 24 to 48% move speed and 60 to 120 health regen when unseen. Previous Barracuda rules and mechanics unchanged. Death Shroud duration decreased from 3 to 2 seconds. Level 10 Dark Pack cooldown reduction increased from 0.5 to 0.75 seconds. Level 15 plus 50 Barracuda regen replaced with plus 30 Shadow Dance regen. Level 25 Shadow Dance duration increased from 1.25 to 1.5 seconds. Alright. Honestly, he just kind of got buffed. You have Essence Shift free of charge now, which is huge for a level 1 Slark. His new basic ability is Aggravating as Sin, even though you need to get to, like, level 3 for it to actually be stackable. It still steals health regen for 6 seconds, which makes him one of the most aggravating heroes in the game. This has to start scaling. It has to. 3 health regen stolen at level 1 for 6 seconds makes him one of the most cancerous heroes in the game. I think Slark as a meta carry hero is going to be a thing. just because of this. Just because of this. This is undeniably AIDS. I'm actually curious how that stacks now, so let's find out. In regards to the health regen. Oh yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Prepare for battle.
Free spells. Oh, that's gonna be a fun sound effect to hear. Okay, at minimum, it goes... At minimum, it goes to 0. They can't have negative. But yeah, no, that's still AIDS. He's gonna be meta just because. Let me reset. All right, it's like, oh man, Slark just has 2.5, so let me just steal. And there we go. And also, it didn't steal 2.3. Okay, I want that to be dictated. It stole 3. Period. That is stupid. This is getting nerfed. Actually getting nerfed. There's no way it's not. This is way too broken just because of this. I'm sorry. Like, that's just way too strong. It really is. Okay, Snapfire. Buckshot now affects only attacks made on enemy heroes. Attacks on non-heroes can still ricochet on miss, but they won't have extra damage or glance chance. Fire Snap Cookie mana cost increased from 85 to 100 to 105. That's a massive nerf. Shard Mortimer's Kiss damage decreased from 50 to 40%. Lil Shredder base damage per shot decreased from 25 to 70 to 20 to 65. Snapfire has been nerfed. Sniper! We already know about that. And Assassinate's attack damage increased from 100 to 1... Increased, not decreased, from 100 to 100 to 120%. Sure, why not? Oh god. Okay, you have been changed again. Okay, we'll get down to that in a minute. Spectre, now an agility hero. Base damage increased by 2. Base attributes unchanged. Damage at level 1 unchanged. 48 to 52. Attribute gains unchanged. Damage gained per level decreased from 2.8 to 2.1. Damage at level 30 decreased by 27. Base attack time worsened from 1.7 to 1.8. Base attack speed increased from 90 to 110. Removed facets. Removed innate ability. Good. I effing hated this innate. It made it so ace to try to, like, do creep blocking of any kind. Desolate. Now an innate. Passive improves with level. Damage rescaled from 25 to 70 plus... to 25 plus 2 every time Spectre levels up. So it ends up becoming better, obviously, with time. Spectral Dagger. Mana cost decreased from 110 to 140 to 100 to 130. Spectre's illusions now also benefit from the Shadow Path. Ew. Shadow Step reworked into a basic. Thrust an uncontrollable illusion which follows the target and attacks it for 20 to 50% of Spectre's damage. The illusion exists for 3.5 to 5 seconds upon reaching their target and takes 200% damage. Cast range 700 to 1150. Mana cost 60 to 75. Cooldown 32 to 20 seconds. On cast, the illusion moves at the speed of 900. Then it has 130% of Spectre's movement after reaching the target. The reality sub-ability may be used to teleport the illusion, destroying it. Okay. Is it still global? I gotta... I'm just more curious on if it's still global or not. While I'm letting that load. Dispersion minimum radius increased from 300 to 350. Ow. Okay. Here we are.
Prepare for battle.
Oh, it has a cast range. It says it has a cast range. I'm an idiot. We knew this. Never mind, I'm just a moron. Oh, cast range? I wonder if it still has global cast range. That's stupid. Alright. Haunt. No, wait. Reality. Can no longer be cast to no effect. Now has the distinct sound between casts on Shadow Step and Haunt illusions. Okay. Mana cost decreased from 40 to 25. This had mana cost? Now has a 0.2 second travel time to reach the target. Spectre is invulnerable during this time. Now disabled by roots. Now always destroys the target illusion. Haunt. Now Spectre's ult. Mana cost rescaled from 150 to 125 to 175. Duration rescaled from 6 to 5 to 7 seconds. Cooldown rescaled. Ow. From 160 to 180 to 140 seconds. Haunt outgoing damage decreased from 80 to 30 to 80%. Each illusion now spawns near the enemy in the direction towards Spectre. Now upgraded with Scepter. Reduces Haunt cooldown by 20 seconds. When reality is used on Haunt illusion for the first time per Haunt cast, enemies are feared away from Spectre for 1.5 seconds with 50% reduced move speed and a 400 ARE around the target illusion. Okay. Level 10, 5 health regen replaced with plus 10 desolate damage. Level 15, plus 15 desolate damage replaced with 1 second Shadow Step duration. Level 20, Spectral Dagger slow bonus increased from 12 to 15. Level 25, all Spectre illusion damage decreased from 20 to 20%, 25 to 20%. Honestly, just for getting this stupid thing removed, she has been buffed. That said, I really don't know. She is now a far different hero. She's no longer a kind of farm, and if your team wants to go gank, you have Shadow Step to do so. She is very different now. Spirit Breaker. Did I skip any? Oh yeah, buffed. There you go. Spirit Breaker, Charge of Darkness. Stun duration increased from 1.2 to 2.1 to 1.3 to 2.2. Shard bonus speed decreased from 100 to 85. Level 20 Bulldoze Berry decreased from 400 to 375. Tiny buff with some nerfs. There you go. Storm Spirit Galvanized. Charge loss on death decreased from 3 to 2. So if you suck, you can suck less. Overlord. Attack speed slow increased from 80 to 90. Buffed. Moving on. Sven. Stormhammer no longer allows targeting vulnerable. Yes. Arg Scepter cast range bonus changed from plus 350 to plus 25%. And Scepter now also increases projectile speed by 25%. Decreased from 350 to 150 bonus cast range, and from 100 to 1250 projectile speed. Great Cleave, damage rescaled from 50 to 95% to 60 to 90%. Okay. Warcry cooldown decreased from 40 to 25 to 36 to 24. Buff. Nerf. It's barely there, but it's a nerf. And sort of a nerf. Because you don't get the big meaty cast range. You lost 200 cast range. Techies, base agility increased from 14 to 16. Damage at level 1 increased by 1. Wow, exciting. Level 20 plus 125 sticky bomb. Latch explosion radius replaced with plus 160 sticky bomb damage. Ooh. Buff? If you're good? Sure. TA. Meld. Armor reduction decreased from 3.5 to 8 to 2 to 8. Okay. Damage decreased from 55 to 205 to 50 to 200. It's barely anything. Sonic Trap. Damage rescaled from 225 to 375 to 200 to 400. Sonic Projection. Damage increased from 375 to 400 because obviously that. Level 10 Talent Meld debuff duration decreased from 2 to 1.5 seconds. Level 10 Sonic Trap Slow increased from 5 to 10%. That's a really nice buff. Tiny nerf, nerf, tiny nerf, buff, buff, tweaked. Terror Blade. Oh. Dark Unity illusions that are outside 1200 radius no longer have a damage penalty, so now he can split push if he wanted to. Damage increase for illusions within 1200 radius increased from 25 to 60%. Okay. Reflection damage decreased from 40 to 100 to 30 to 75%. Conjure image illusion damage decreased from 30 to 60 to 20 to 35. Oh. That's why. Now I get why. Jesus. That is a huge gut. God damn. Ew. That's so bad. You lost 25% at max. Tidehunter. Howdy, howdy. Gush damage rescaled from 110 to 260 to 100 to 280. Anchor Smash attack bonus damage increased from 45 to 180 to 50 to 200. Okay, level 10 talent Gush slow increased from 15 to 20%. Level 10 plus 40 Anchor Smash damage replaced with plus 20% Anchor Smash damage reduction. And the Anchor Smash damage reduction at 15 has been replaced with minus 15 second Ravage cooldown. Level 20 talent Anchor Smash affects buildings replaced with Blubber effect triggers Anchor Smash. Oh. 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 Level 25, 50% chance of Anchor Smash on attack replaced with Anchor Smash affects buildings. Level 25 talent Ravage stun duration increased from 0.8 to 1. You don't get to be stupid anymore. Blubber is his passive that basically gives him a strong dispel for context. But yeah, that's a big gut to like right-clicking Tidehunter that spams attack speed. So nerfed, basically. It doesn't matter. He lost the fun stuff. Timber Saw base move speed decreased from 285 to 280. Ow. Whirling Death tree bonus damage decreased from 11 to 32 to 9 to 30. Ow. Reactive Armor max stacks decreased from 12 to 42 to 10 to 40. Aghanim Scepter base barrier decreased from 200 to 150. Nerfed. Poor Sing Sing. Tinker, level 10 mana cost, mana loss reduction increased from 8 to 10%. Level 25 plus 10 second defense matrix duration replaced with plus 40 int. Okay. Bit of a gut to support Tinker in a way. Tiny strength gain increased from 4 to 4.2. Stun duration now applies its stun as an aura in the area. As a result, no longer affected by status resistance. That is a massive buff to that spell. Tree Throw no longer has separate damage bonus, uses Tree Grab's value instead. Bonus damage rescaled from 20 to 10 to 40. Grow movement speed bonus rescaled from 15 to 10 to 20. At least it gives some scaling. Buff. Nerf. I think. Or buff. I think buff. I don't know. Probably buff. This is a buff. Tweak. Small buff. Okay. 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 Oh, God. So many words. Tree and Protector. Facets gone. Reduced to atoms. Nature's Guise no longer upgraded with Shard. Now can be activated while tree walking to make Tree and Protector invisible until he attacks or loses the Nature's Guise buff. Linger time 2 seconds, no mana cost, 50 second cooldown. Cooldown is reduced by 3%, by 3 seconds per 2 Tree and Protector level ups. Down to 8 seconds on level 29. Cooldown starts when the invisibility ends. Nature's Grasp no longer deals 50% more damage and slow when touching a tree. Ouch. Damage per second increased from 30 to 60 to 35 to 80. Okay, at least there's something. Movement slow increased from 20 to 35 to 25 to 40%. Creep penalty decreased from 50 to 35%. Okay, it got improved. Losing this sucks, but at least some of the damage is in. Yeah, he got 2/3 of his damage, and he lost a good bit of the slow. But at least it does better damage and there's less creep penalty. Leech Seed ability rework. Auto cast attack modifier. Tree and Protector's attack plants a life-sapping seed in an enemy unit, dealing an extra 20 to 80 magic damage. The enemy is bound for 0.9 to 1.5 seconds and emits 2 healing pulses, one upon application and one upon expiration, healing up to 5 allies within 650 units for 15 to 45 plus 20% of the damage dealt by the attack. No mana cost, 15 to 6 second cooldown, breakable. Now only sends out a max of 5 heals per pulse, prioritizing heroes, no longer has a creep penalty for healing. Okay. Sure. Weird. I think that was the shard that now does the root. Very weird. Living armor no longer grants bonus armor. Alright. Now grants 100 damage block from player-controlled sources. Each time this spell blocks damage, the effect is decreased by 35 to 20. Damage block affects any types of damage. The heal ends early if the damage block is reduced to 0. Instances of less than 20 damage are ignored by living armor. They are neither blocked nor counted towards block decrease. Duration decreased from 18 to 30 to 12. Heal per second increased from 3 to 6 to 4 to 13. Okay. So for context. Let's say they have 100 and... Actually, I need to read, but let's say they do 115. Okay? If it works correctly, it'll read... If it works how I feel like it'll work, it'll reduce it to 15, and then because it's an instance of less than 20, it will not be blocked nor counted towards the block decrease. Oh. Oh, never mind. That's worse, then. I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, it's worse. Like, at least there's healing now. Let's see, it was 180. It was 180 health over 30 seconds. And obviously it's higher because, you know, obviously. 230 to 152. The heal is overall better. But this is, like, non-existent now. You basically cast living armor on towers, and it barely exists for heroes. That's how it feels like to me. Overgrowth now upgraded with Og Scepter. Decreases cooldown from 110 to 90 to 80 to 60. When casting, Treant Protector draws power from the earth, becoming massive for 16 seconds, gaining plus 100% strength, phased movement, and a splashing attack that deals 60% of attack damage at a 300 unit radius, while big. He has a fixed movement speed of 345. Buff is undispellable. Sure. Sure. Okay. Eyes in the Forest now granted by Shard. Mana cost decreased from 100 to 30. Cast range increased from 160 to 350. Overgrowth is no longer applied around enchanted trees. Oh. Enchanted trees now have the same health as Observer wards and they expire after 5 minutes. Trees can be attacked when revealed by True Sight. Attacks will remove the ability effect from the tree without destroying the tree itself. Charge reserve time increased from 40 to 55 seconds. Okay. Level 10 plus 2.5% Nature's Guide's movement speed replaced with plus 50 base damage, which was one of his talents, sort of. Level 10 living armor heal per second increase from plus 2 to plus 4. Okay, that's actually really nice for towers. Level 15 plus 18% leech movement speed slow replaced with plus 10% leech seed damage to healing. Level 20 leech seed bonus damage increased from 45 to 80. Okay. I'm assuming that's the magic damage. Level 20 plus 8 living armor bonus armor replaced with plus 20 living armor damage block. Level 25 minus 35 second overgrowth cooldown replaced with minus 3 second leech seed cooldown. Okay. He's definitely a lot different now. I need to see if... I doubt it, but I want to see this thing in effect. Okay, so my assumption with the phase movement is that it's just phased, so he can just, like, walk through stuff. I doubt... Yeah, no, that's considered a different type of movement. I still just want to see it. Big! Yeah, no, okay. Does he get movement speed? Like, ignoring boots? Oh, yeah, he does. Okay. At least there's that. Alright. I mean, just for the cooldown reduction, putting it to a minute is really good. But I don't know, man. It's really hard to tell. Living armor is definitely worse. Because at least the armor was, you know, a bunch of armor for a long time. And now it's like, here's some damage block. I'm unsure. The Leech Seed, just based on the level 25 talent, is terrifying because of the binding. Because that's like a 1.5 second root every 3 seconds. You know, and that goes down to 2.25 seconds with an Octarine Core. You don't get to leave, basically. You have very low chances of leaving. Alright, Chor Warlord Berserker Rage. Bonus armor increase from 2 to 5 to 3 to 6. Level 15 Whirling Axis damage increased from 100 to 115. Level 20 Berserker's Rage armor increased from 9 to 10. Buffed. Tusk. Snowball. Gather radius decreased from 350 to 325. Walrus Punch bonus damage increased from 50 to 100 to 60 to 120. Small nerf. Big buff. Underlord. Strength gain increased from 3 to 3.2. Base hit increased from 17 to 18. Buffed. Firestorm. Cast range increased from 600 to 675 to 675. Level 15 Pit of Malice slow decreased from 25 to 20%. Level 15 Talent Fiend's Gate DPS increased from 100 to 125. Buff. Small nerf, which sucks. Who uses this talent? That's my opinion on it. Undying. Alright, we're almost there. Thank God. Soul Rip. Cooldown decreased from 18 to 6 to 15 to 6 seconds, so there's a buff. Level 15 Talent Soul Rip damage heal increased from 10 to 12. Buffed. Ursa. Earthshock Shard Rework. Applies 3 Fury Swipe stacks to each affected enemy. Oh. Enrage. Cooldown decreased from 70 to 30 to 60 to 30. Level 20 Earthshock applies 2 Fury Swipes replaced with plus 0.5% Maul health as damage. Oh, he just lost the Enrage on Shard completely. Alright. Okay, so you can get 400 Earthshock radius at 20 instead of that Maul health. And then at 25 you have 2 charges on Earthshock. So outside of this, what I feel like is a mediocre talent, and losing that, he's gotten a buff. But all in all, I'd say nerfed, just because he lost the Enrage on Earthshock completely. Vengeful Spirit. Magic Missile cooldown rescaled from 16 to 10 to 14 to 11 seconds. Another swap can no longer target... Yeah, okay. Level 15 Wave of Terror armor reduction decreased from 4 to 3. Nerfed. Venomancer, Plague Carrier, Venomous Gale. Plague wards created by Gale have 75% health and damage. Aww. Septic Shock, base damage per debuff decreased from 10 to 8%. Okay. Viper, Caustic Bath, Corrosive Skin, time to max effect increased from 4 to 5 seconds. Ouch. Poison Attack, mana cost decreased from 22 to 20. Good. Level 20 Talent Predator, damage per missing health increased from 0.2 to 0.25. Facet nerf, but buff on the rest. Visage. Grave Chill, move speed drain increased from 12 to 24 to 12 to 30%. Okay. Gravekeeper's Cloak. Familiars now have their own copy of Gravekeeper's Cloak ability. Visual change only. Summon familiars now have their own ability to independently recall it to Visage. The alt cast behavior on Visage is unchanged. The third familiar gained by level 25 talent is now automatically added to an existing control group when created. Oh, that's nice. That's actually, no, that's super nice. Level 25 plus 15 Gravekeeper's Cloak armor replaced with minus 2 second Gravekeeper's Cloak recovery time. Buff. Sort of. I actually don't know how that really affects. It's just a visual thing, but still. Buff. Moving on. Void Spirit. Resonant Pulse. Scepter. Silence duration decreased from 2 to 1.75 seconds. And level 15 Aether Remnant damage increased from 60 to 65. Scepter nerf with a talent buff. Tweaked. Warlock. Chaotic Offering. Cooldown increased from 160 to 165 seconds. Small nerf. Level 15 Upheaval attack speed per second on allies decreased from 10 to 8. Level 20 Summons a Golem on Death replaced with plus 25% damage resistance for Chaotic Offering Golems. Alright. Level 25 plus 80% Golem magic resistance replaced with plus 3 Fatal Bond targets. And level 20 is now summon armor is replaced with Golem on Death. Okay, it affects pure damage now, this talent. But losing all that magic resistance kind of sucks. And losing all that armor kind of sucks. But you do get Fatal Bond targets. But also this got nerfed. Nerf. Visible nerf. Probably better. I'd have to talk with Llama about it. I feel like he's been nerfed, though. Weaver Swarm. Attack damage increased from 18 to 30 to 18 to 50 to 33. I can read. Time-lapse Op Sector now reduces cooldown by 10 seconds. That is a very good Ogs upgrade. Windrager. Agi gain increased from 1.9 to 2.1. Damage gain per level increased from 3.5 to 3.6. Gale Force. Duration decreased from 3.5 to 3 seconds. Damage scaling buff, which is barely there, with a small Gale nerf. I'd say nerfed, though. Winter Wyvern, base damage increased by 1. I'm not reading that. Oh, base attack range increased from 425 to 450. Bonus attack range decreased on Arctic Burn from 275 to 350 to 250 to 325. Oh, okay. It went into her base. There you go. Level 25, Winter's Curse attack speed increased from 55 to 60. Buffed. Moving on. Witch Doctor, Malpractice, Maledict, burst damage does not apply from non-hero units. Okay. Voodoo Restoration, activation mana cost decreased from 35 to 50 to 25. Mana cost per second rescaled from 8 to 20 to 9 to 18. Ooh. Maledict now also affects player-controlled creeps. Death Warp, Og Scepter, bounce radius decreased from 650 to 575. Level 15 plus 125 Maledict AoE replaced with plus 4 Maledict Duration. And Maledict Duration replaced with minus 6 second paralyzing cast cooldown. What is the cooldown?
Which doctor are you expecting?
It goes to 8 seconds. Okay, so this is a buff to the spell. This is fine, I think. This is fine. This is a buff. So this got buffed. This got nerfed. The smaller Maledict got for some cast cooldown, I would say, is a nerf overall. So I'd say tweaked. Wraith King, Wraithfire Blast. Impact damage increased from 75 to 120 to 80 to 140. Buff. Level 15 health decreased from 400 to 350. Level 20 attack speed decreased from 60 to 50. Okay. A barely who cares damage buff for some health and attack speed nerfs. And finally, Zeus. Arc Lightning jumps decreased from 5 to 15 to 5 to 11. That's fine. It's already really high. It's still really high. Level 25, static field damage increased from 1.5 to 2%. Alright. This is going to be a very interesting patch. Especially with illusion heroes. Slark is going to be cancer by a lot. But let's look at those sets, because I didn't actually do that yet. Glutton of Punishment, Pudge. Oh, it's for the dude. Alright. It's for the persona. This is a really, really cool Shadow Fiend set. Lords of the Sundered Soul. Oh, it's a Dark Souls reference. There you go. Primal Beast, Prehistoric Predator. Tidehunter, Insatiable Seas. He is a fish with a boat. Broodmother, the White Widow. I like the Spiderlings. The Broodmother is... I'm pretty sure it's just a Souls reference, but still. Enigma, Angel of the Abyss. He's now Pseudo-Bane with the Immortal. And he's got the hands. Hey, wait a minute. Way too similar. Omni Knight, Blinding Bastion. He is now a Diablo Paladin. Kind of. Ringmaster, Harrow's Harvest. This is a really cool one. Chen, Seed of Strife. Of course. Marcy, Laurels of the Dawnstar. She is now Mars's assistant, basically. Techies, Sod Boston Saboteurs. With a pumpkin mine. Sure, why not? Oh, Spoon is now a pig. Poor Spoon. Pumpkin Bomb! I love it. Monkey King, Sins of the Simian Sovereign. Alright. Silencer, Worship of the Whispered Wing. Oh. Oh, I thought he was, like, glitched. But no, he's just got a goddamn hand, like, up here. Because he's weird. I mean, it looks cool. For the most part. But it's still goddamn weird. Centaur, Warrunner, Cunning Counterfeit. Yep. Morphling, Fluid Frenzy. Of course it is. And I goddamn knew that it was going to be this. Tiny Stone Giant Stronghold. It looks so good. And I love that the thing actually changes too with the level. The tower actively changes. I love that so much. This is a goddamn demigod set, and I love it. I'm never getting that. Alright, I like the new hero. The patch is gonna be goddamn weird. And that's basically it. Oh, man. I'm gonna try to talk with Friendo as well. But yeah, that was Dota. I am gonna head out, because it is time for me to... Well, I'm basically done with reading the patch anyway. So, yeah, and this kind of compensates for the super long Clair Obscure that you guys got from a day or two ago. So with all that said and done, I hope you all have a good rest of the day. I hope you all have a good rest of the night. I hope you all have a good rest of whatever. I'm gonna go, and until next time, goodbye!